Hassan wants to come back in, so yeah, I feel like we got cut short. He wants to come back in. What do you think about Hassan?
So I'm
I want to
waiting.
get Destiny with Hassan. Hassan's such a puss, though.
True!
I'm so down to pull up the Moscow and interview Putin, too.
Yeah, we'll do everybody.
This is what sets off podcasts. You could put a small microphone here, but no, you have to see this thing, right?
Kill me. The Nelk boys. Political leaders of our time. Hassan is live debating them? Oh, well, in that case.
All right, so I haven't seen what you guys did, but
Wait, you can hear us, right? Where are you at right now?
Where am I at right now?
Yeah.
I'm in LA.
LA.
I'm in my house.
Steiny said you were doing a little bachelor party today.
Yeah, no, I just got back from Vegas yesterday. I was in Vegas.
Nice.
All right, so you guys interviewed the Adolf Hitler incarnate, Benjamin Netanyahu, and
Adolf
now
Hitler
everybody's
incarnate.
yelling at you guys. I assume, right? Is that what's going on?
Yes, we're getting definitely some yells.
Yeah. Okay, so first and foremost, who the set that up? Was it Miriam Adelson?
Jesus!
Well, we actually toured the White House right before.
He's such a loser, dude. Was it AIPAC?
Yeah,
was it all the Jewish donors?
Benjamin Netanyahu wasn't like, I love the Nelk boys. I'm a big consumer of Happy Dad. And then was like, let's do this.
Well, we've had Trump on a few times.
Someone from the communications team at the White House hit us up, connected us with their communications team, and presented us the opportunity to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it a Jew? Was it a Jew who did it?
We're like, let's do it. Sounds great.
I mean, yeah, I can say it again. I've said it a few times, but I can't speak to podcasting as a whole. And other podcasters, they'll have people on with just people they've had good relationships with, or their friends, or people they agree with. But with the Full Send podcast, hate it or love it, right or wrong, if we ever get the opportunity to have a controversial guest on, we're never going to turn it down. Because in my opinion, what we want to do with the Full Send podcast on is we're not afraid to have controversial people on. We're going to ask them questions. Sure, we're probably not the best at asking questions. We're not the best journalists, never claimed to be. So we might not be the best at pressing them. But in my opinion, it's up to the viewer to form their own educated opinion. Like, we have someone controversial on, we ask them questions. I think people give us a little too much credit when they say, oh, you're platforming him, or like, I think, sure, we have a young audience, but they're not stupid.
4 minutes and then I can chat.
Stupid whatsoever.
Fuck, how do you get onto the stream?
Is a perfect example of that. Like, if you go and read the comments, just because we have someone on and we're sitting beside someone, people aren't going to be like, oh my God, Nelk's with them. Like, I love this person. Like,
yeah, wait,
that's just not the way it works. Our audience is a lot smarter.
I don't think anybody loves Benjamin Netanyahu. I don't
No,
even think
but
American
that's
presidents like Benjamin Netanyahu.
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying though. Is
the initial
just
reaction.
because we have
Listen, I don't think you can platform the fucking prime minister of Israel. That's not my argument. I don't really give a shit about that.
But I just want you to know my point.
My question is, like, do you feel like there is a culpability that you have? Because, like, look, Donald Trump is a contentious figure, and obviously he's responsible for a metric ton of pain and violence as well, but so is every other American president. That's one thing. But Benjamin Netanyahu is, like, unique in the sense that he's also a foreign leader. So I guess the question is, like, what because he's getting something out of this, right? He's getting something out of this where he gets to, I guess, like, try to humanize.
That's the thing, Hassan, is we'll have anyone on.
Yeah.
Like, next episode, we're going to have someone on with the complete opposite ideology that we've already been planning before this podcast came out. The Full Send podcast.
Who are you guys having on?
I mean, I'd love to hear your suggestions.
Yeah,
we have
Hassan,
a few from different friends. You can DM us after if you don't want to say
What crazy
them live,
tanky leftists? Ben and Banana?
We're talking
What do
to
you
a
got?
few different people, and we want to choose the right person to kind of represent, the opposite side. So that's what we're going to do.
Isn't just like a podcaster, you know what I mean? Like, he's literally the fucking prime minister that is a war criminal by the international criminal.
God, he's such a oh my God, look at that graying, disgusting fucking beard. What, did he stop dyeing the rest of it? This fucking old, 50-year-old, unmarried, disgraceful to his billionaire fucking family. Is his brother at least married? Is somebody making kids for these fucking degenerate losers?
So many children.
Did any of the wealthy college women that he raped, did any of them have any kids? God, I hate this guy so fucking much. Imagine going on a show show like this and being like, Netanyahu is a fucking war criminal. Meanwhile, this dude has a fucking cum reservoir built up of Nasrallah in his fucking in his closet that he sits there and chugs while he's got videos of dead Syrians in the background playing because he fucking loves Hezbollah. He fucking loves every fucking terrorist as long as they're against Israel, I guess.
Ask him some questions that I think people wanted to know.
Okay. What did he say? I mean, of
For
course
which
he
one?
said.
So for starving children in Gaza, he said that they bring the food in and Hamas steals it and then sells it.
No, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
They would
You know
never
what I
do
mean?
that.
Like, that's so.
They would never do
here's
that.
the
So what's
thing.
your
They would
opinion?
never do
Hassan,
that,
you gotta
son.
remember,
Yeah, what's-
one side's gonna say one thing and
Yeah.
the other side's gonna say it's a lie. So you're gonna tell us something?
I don't think you guys having a conversation with Benjamin Netanyahu is the interesting point of contention here for me, at least. Like I mean, I think it's in and of itself, it's like worthy of scrutiny because it's like, you know, you guys, it's like interviewing Adolf Hitler. Like, would you interview Adolf Hitler during the Holocaust if you had the opportunity?
This guy literally interviewed a dude who bragged about going onto a ship with hostages taken by a bunch of terrorists and post pictures of Jews on pikes.
Because we get to see it in real time because we have the internet.
Okay, so wait, what's your response to what he answered us? You didn't even talk about that.
Oh, it's a fucking lie. No human rights organization that works on the ground from the UN to the World Food Program has ever agreed to the Israeli position that this is all Hamas stealing aid or whatever. As a matter of fact, they've openly said that that is not the case at all. It's just a way for Israel to continue justifying its starvation policies against the entire civilian population of Gaza so that they can claim that, like, oh, Hamas is just like stealing this aid. It's bullshit. They've never actually given a single piece of fucking evidence for this. It is just a claim that people have to supposedly take at face value because Israel said it.
And what's the other side's proof? Just so we can play both sides here.
Well, the other side is not even like the side of the Palestinians. I'm not even offering the side of the Palestinians. The Palestinians obviously think that that's bullshit as well. But the other side is an unbiased third party. The World Food Program is not, you know, on board with Hamas. The World Food Program or the UN is not Hamas or anti-Semitic or anti-Israel beyond, you know, the obvious reasons why you would be anti-Israel because they're doing these things and then lying about it.
Mm-hmm. So what's your overall opinion of us? Like Kyle just stated that we're having a world leader on. That's what we're more focused on. And we're not kissing his ass.
I think it was dumb. I'll be honest. Because like.
But you would do the same thing, Hassan, if you had the opportunity. 100%.
Yep, he would.
Sure, you could press him a little harder.
There's a difference, though.
He would.
I'm
a responsible platformer.
Well equipped to
No, you're
have a
not.
conversation
Oh my
with Benjamin
God,
Netanyahu,
he's
because
so
when he says
stupid.
something
God, he
like
triggers
that,
the fuck out of me.
I can turn around and be like, well, the World Food Program has said that, you know, there is no evidence to suggest that Hamas is stealing aid. Whereas you don't have that follow-up in that situation, and Benjamin Netanyahu knows that, and his team knows that, which is precisely why he went on the Nelk Boys podcast, and he didn't go on, you know, my stream or something. And I don't even know if I would honestly have a conversation.
But
in
in my opinion, I think that, like, for example, I think Trump is really good on a podcast. Like, obviously, that's why he did his whole I mean, he's clearly a good speaker. Like, you can't deny that. But I think, in my opinion, just because we platform someone, it doesn't necessarily equate to like a positive outcome for the guest. And I think this is like a perfect example of that. Like, this could even be a negative thing for him coming on.
No, I think in the grand scheme of things, like,
so like why I just don't.
Because Benjamin Netanyahu gets
that's what I'm saying.
coverage from every outlet. He gets positive coverage from every outlet. So you guys are marginal in that regard. It's not like all that
positive coverage from every outlet. Oh my God, dude.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say though. It's like if Fox News has him on and they're more supportive of him, and then we have him on. CNN has him on.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying
how do we divide that?
Like you having him on is marginal as opposed to like him going on Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, CBS, all of those other outlets, and then not just Benjamin Netanyahu, but like Israeli envoys going on CNN every night and saying, well, we blew up this mosque, or we blew up this church because Hamas was in it, or whatever. That is ultimately playing a role in crafting this elaborate narrative that Israel is always in the right, Israel has a right to defend itself, and that they have to do these things. They have to contextualize this violence. Like, all of that plays a much larger role. You guys just basically are presenting a similar perspective that you get from CNN.
Are you DMing them? I'm typing in their chat. I don't know where the fuck I DM them, Alan.
Now to a younger audience. that's going to look at, I guess, maybe Benjamin Netanyahu and be like, he's a chill guy that you can hang with, but I don't even know if he's capable of doing
Hassan,
that.
here's kind of where I disagree with you, is if you watch CNN or you watch Fox News, you kind of know what narrative you're looking for. And with us playing that neutral ground, you don't know what you're going to get, right? So that's the differentiator. And like we told, I don't know if Kyle mentioned this earlier, but we're having a pro-Palestinian on as our very, very soon here. So we're going to
I don't know who you guys are having on, but
what I'm trying to say is, like, how are we, if we're a neutral podcast, how are we anything like either side if you know what you're going to get when you tune into either network?
Well, no one is fully neutral in that regard, right? Because, like, that's why I asked, like, would you, if Osama bin Laden wasn't dead, would you interview him?
Do you want, I mean, honestly, I don't know. That's a tough question.
Would you?
Yes.
If Osama bin Laden wasn't dead? Yeah, of course.
So then why are you...
And the same but it would be contentious in the same vein as the Benjamin Netanyahu interview.
It would be contentious?
Like, there are
what about the
people
Houthi
that I
interview?
that the
What about
American,
fucking Tom Tim
Well, if you
Houthi?
got bin Laden, you'd never be able
How
to
contentious
grill
was
him,
that?
'cause you would have had to go to
if
Afghanistan.
Not Obama. If Osama bin Laden came on, he would ask him what his favorite anime is. Why is he... I know why he's lying. God, fuck. He lies with impunity. He lies like he breathes.
Discord, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
my God.
obviously,
He's such a piece of shit.
I'm not going to fucking interview bin Laden with a gun trained on my head. That would not be a situation.
Right.
Like, that would not be the case. He's dead anyway. In the
Right.
hypothetical...
Well, I mean, we interviewed him. We interviewed him in the White House with fucking 20 people standing around us in suits that we didn't know who they were. So it's almost...
I think in that
maybe not the same
too, you'd act
situation,
a little
but
different,
yeah,
so
I mean,
respectfully.
Yeah, I need pirate software to hack me into the call.
My point is, it would not. Would you be neutral with bin Laden in the same way that you're like a neutral podcast?
I think we would. Yeah, we would do our best to ask him tough questions.
Okay.
I think there's a sense of
All right.
understanding
What about
too,
ISIS?
right? Well, Hassan, I think there's.
What about Adolf Hitler?
I think we'd always kind of play the neutral role, to be honest, and just
You would play a neutral role interviewing Adolf Hitler. I don't think that's the case. I think you're just saying that right now because you want to.
We're just not the best at grilling guests and pushing back on them, to be honest. Like I said, we're not claiming to be good journalists. Like we can ask a question, but when it comes to like a follow-up question, I'll be honest, we're not the most, like, I've never claimed to be super educated on this.
Hassan, you haven't even watched the podcast.
I haven't. I haven't had time.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know what kind of questions you guys ask, but I assume.
Wait, listen. The first few minutes is us sitting there like, yo, we are not qualified to do this. This is fucking insane. We acknowledge the fact that, yeah, you're right. We're not the best journalists. We're not the most fit to do this. But the fact that we had an opportunity to interview a world leader, two guys like us, we're going to jump on that just as I know you would. So you can say what you want.
Yeah, but the difference is if there was a situation where I felt like I was ill-equipped for the task, I would just not do it.
He's such a fucking liar. Remember when he got dog walked by that, like, the 19-year-old Christian Walker? I don't know if he was that young. On his fucking stream.
I mean, this is a unique opportunity.
The Full Send podcast is, I'll be honest, no.
Remember he got dog walked by Willie Mack on this issue?
Best line of questioning. Like, I'll be honest. That's the honest truth. Let's be fucking real here. That's exactly, and that's why they choose us, and that's why the show is what it is because we're kind of dumb and we're not the best fucking. We're not the most educated. That's why the Full Send podcast is what it is.
Let's hear what you have to say.
Is there a person that you guys wouldn't interview? Because like we're also like now stuck on whether you guys should be interviewing Benjamin Netanyahu or not. I think.
In today's age, like right now, I think that's a fair question to ask. Right now,
like, would you? What did you say?
Like, I think you
got to speak to people that are alive because
you can't
going back in time is
We're saying right now.
Going back in time is impossible.
Pretty much where we're at. So if we could interview anyone right now, like, who would we say no to? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I can't think of someone.
Okay, so like. Even out of like because the reason why I have to go back to historical figures that have conducted genocides is because like Benjamin Netanyahu is doing one right now, and he's not even the singular.
See, that's
force
what you're
of
talking
evil
about
here.
Hypotheticals, bro. That's where you lose me, is because you're talking about things.
Well,
I can talk about stuff.
Like I mean, people. What do you think about having Putin on? Like, what do you think about having Putin on? Like Tucker Carlson had Putin on. Other journalists have. There's war, Russia and Ukraine.
Tucker Carlson had Vladimir Putin on. And when Tucker Carlson had Vladimir Putin on, he did that in a capacity to do propaganda for Vladimir Putin. For sure.
Right.
He didn't push back at all. He was there.
Because
he was in Russia,
you
and he
really
did it
can't.
specifically
You really
so he could
can't.
do-
You really can't in that situation.
I know, but that's precisely why, like, sometimes it's better not to take that opportunity. You know what I mean? That's my
Right.
my position.
Like for the Tucker, when I saw the Tucker,
We're believing, okay? Don't worry, we believe.
Still more equipped to at least have like follow-up questions. Like, think about the Ted Cruz interview that he had. Like, he obviously
of
is.
course. Tucker's the man in my opinion. But when I watched that Putin interview, like I thought Putin was like dodging questions and he like didn't answer anything. So that's what goes back to my point of like platforming someone. And I think just because we have someone on, it doesn't always mean a positive for the guest. And I think, I mean, you go read this comment section, like I don't think this is necessarily a positive thing for Netanyahu. So
Yeah, but it's not a positive thing for you guys either, because most of your audience is probably already anti-Israel and anti-Netanyahu. So now they're
That's fine,
you
because-
guys.
Listen, look at the propaganda model working in real time. He's actually so slimy and gross. He's actually so disgusting to see how the fucking pro-Pali like elite fucking deep state is working in real fucking time. Don't talk to any, like, also just imagine the ludicrousness of telling people, hey, I know you have the opportunity to interview a world leader, but you guys should probably pass on that because he's a disgusting rat fuck Jew. So like you should stay as far away from that as possible. Like nobody would pass up this opportunity. You know that, right? Like no podcast in the world, no matter how retarded you think you are, would pass the opportunity. Oh, can I interview a fucking like a world leader in like a very relevant country? Like everybody would say yes to that.
Genocide in a somewhat neutral light, and you can't be neutral when you have someone like Benjamin Netanyahu directly in an opportunity to talk to him. But that's what happened. So there is moral culpability here for you guys.
Well, I think this is
individually.
the way we roll with this is it's going to give us the opportunity to get the biggest people in the world, and I think you'll know by the Full Send podcast when you watch it. It's like, hey, we're going to watch these guys are going to get big guests. We might not necessarily get these guys grilling these people, and that's just what you're going to come to expect with the Full
I
Send
know,
podcast.
but if you don't grill them, then all you're doing is like, you know,
We're having them on, and people are watching, and they're forming their own opinions. And people are not. I just don't think people are.
Hold on.
No, I don't think so.
Hassan,
Because people are not fucking stupid.
Wait, Kyle, you're missing the biggest point here. Hassan, we're looking to have someone from the opposite side and give them the exact same.
Hassan's not even doing a good job at explaining why you shouldn't host propaganda. He's not even a fucking intelligent person.
like there's one side that's being genocided and the other side that's doing the genocide.
Okay, so someone who
in
has
this
opposite views or is on
like
the
it
other
would be
side.
like interviewing the leadership of Hamas. You know what I mean? And that's illegal under. I mean, I don't think you
Is
would
it
be
illegal?
able to
We would
conduct
100% do
on
that
your
if we
own.
were.
It's illegal? What?
If the Iranian Supreme Leader called me right now and we knew we were safe, we would obviously do that.
Yes. And
Okay,
going to
if
the
the
interview,
Iranian
Hassan, which I
Supreme
think
Leader
it's
is not-
funny. I think it's funny that you haven't watched yet because you're going kind of ham on us and you haven't watched. Which I understand.
I haven't had the opportunity to watch it. I was
I understand. You're
get
busy.
to it.
But what I was going to say is that we did talk about Hamas. We did talk about a lot of these things.
I know, but just simply talking about it without having the proper knowledge and the proper equipment to be able to push back when he's lying only turns it into an opportunity for him to, like, why do you think Benjamin Netanyahu did this?
No, we agree
Of course,
with
no,
you.
we agree with you. We know that.
Bro, that's the reason anyone does a
He
podcast.
used you guys. Is
But
what
I don't know if that was
necessary.
necessary. I don't know if it was necessarily
knowledge on this issue.
I don't know if that was necessarily successful though.
Yeah, with Kyle, I agree.
I think everyone's
mean,
seeing
it
what
would be-
Trump did, and Hassan after the whole election. The whole story was how podcasts won the election, blah, blah, blah. That was every story. Like, I even did a bunch of interviews on it, too. And I think, obviously, the Israeli team sees that, and they're like, oh, we need to do podcasts. But in my opinion, not everyone is a Trump and that good of a speaker that can go on and kind of adapt to any environment. And I think that Netanyahu came on, and I think you see the response. And I think that podcasting doesn't work for anyone. We saw what happened with Kamala too. Like, she was a fucking disaster on pods. So I think just because we platform someone, it doesn't necessarily like mean that we're trying to help them. Or I think viewers are a lot smarter than they think they are. Like,
Okay, Benjamin Netanyahu is a multiple decade
Oh my
politician and has been the leader of Israel in perpetuity.
Right.
He is a lot better at propaganda than you think he is. Okay, first of all, let's just get that out of the way. The idea that you think that he is not capable of like weaving through a couple softballs that you thought were hard-hitting questions that he has probably addressed a million times over is silly. Let me make no mistake.
I agree with you on that.
So my question to you is, why do you think he wanted to come on the Nelk Boys podcast?
Of course he wanted to come.
We're not stupid, bro.
Of course he wanted to come on to try to win over the young audience. We're not disagreeing on that. I'm saying I don't necessarily know if that's successful. And I think just because you come on the Full Send podcast and sit beside Nelk Boys and take some softball questions, if you say that, it doesn't necessarily equate to a positive outcome for the guest. I don't think platforming people, I don't think that's always a positive thing.
Right? The question is the same. Like Adolf
I mean,
Hitler
you could
comes
just
on
go
the
read the
podcast.
comments. Like,
Adolf Hitler
it doesn't
comes on
look
the
like a
podcast, you guys are
positive
having
thing.
a conversation with him, and he starts, and you're like, why are you
We can't speak to Hitler. I think we should
As long as
I
I'm
think
not
we should
explaining
speak-
any like actual facts. God, how does anybody listen to this guy? He's so embarrassingly fucking stupid. Holy shit. Actual Goomba from the first Super Mario movie. Jesus.
He's dead. It's not,
He's just been like woke scolding them for 30 minutes. He hasn't said anything of fucking substance.
Speak to anyone alive. Speak to anyone alive.
I'm using that as an analogy because Adolf Hitler is a figure that you and I both agree is a truly evil.
But I think, why don't you just name
figure.
one person alive for the analogy?
But I'm using this as an analogy
Oh
because
my
you
God.
already.
No, I don't think it's a fair
Adolf
analogy,
Hitler is
though.
like doing something akin to what Benjamin Netanyahu is doing.
I know, I don't think it's a fair analogy,
That's why
though.
I'm using this as an analogy. There's no modern contemporary that I can use at this moment that you would have the same, that would have a similar impact for you. That's why I'm using it as an
But you're talking
analog.
about completely hypotheticals.
Yeah, of course, that's what an analogy is.
I understand that, but you're saying it's
as
like-
long
it's
as
like-
the crimes are comparable, which is genocide on both ends. As long as the crimes are comparable, then you know, and you understand that the crimes are
It's
comparable.
too
If you think
hypothetical.
that
I
there's
can't
something
speak
wrong
to
with the
it. I
analogy,
can't
you can
speak to it.
tackle why I'm using it as an analogy, not
I
just
can't
saying,
speak to
oh,
it.
you
I
can't
wasn't
use an
alive.
analogy.
I can't speak to it. I wasn't alive. But if you can make the analogy with anyone alive.
But you know the Holocaust happened, right? Like obviously.
I mean, I would say so.
Okay, so since you understand that the Holocaust happened, okay. And
I mean, then there's a
Hitler
lot of
was-
people. There's a lot of people that hate Netanyahu that say it didn't too, which is like I don't understand that.
True.
So like, there's a lot of
True.
different fucking points of view going around that are like.
Yes, but yeah, I'm not gonna. If you want, I can explain to you what the reasoning behind it is. Why Nazis don't like Benjamin Netanyahu. Nazis who deny the Holocaust don't like Benjamin Netanyahu because he's Jewish, and they think that Israel is a Jewish state, and that, you know, they're doing this for Judaism or whatever the fuck. Wait, hold on. I think Am I dropped? What's going on?
Just to be clear, he won't even say the real reason. Nazis don't like Benjamin Netanyahu. It's nothing to do with Judaism or nothing to do with even Jewish people. It has to do with the idea, the same reason you don't like him is because they think that he's controlling the U.S. government. That's why they don't like him. They don't like him because of Zog, because of Zionist-occupied government. But he can't even say that because it's why he doesn't like him.
Let me try to fix it. It's not... It's not the... No. It's not on my end. It's not my internet.
Oh, looks like he's getting dropped. See ya. Bye. Kick
the thing
him.
that's broken is it's like glitching.
No, that's
on
your
the video
brain that's
side.
broken, bro.
I'm gonna try to hit a. Hold on. I'm gonna try to hit an ingest fix on my end. Hopefully that'll fix it.
What are you talking
But
about?
it
You
doesn't
got
seem
an
to have
expert
fixed it.
setup in there.
I do, but it's. I think they're getting like DDoSed.
Okay, so Hassan, last, while we have you here.
Wait, one.
What? They would dislike him even if it wasn't Zog? This is Hassan hate brain rot? No, you're fucking retarded. If you look at any neo-Nazi talking point today, the neo-Nazi talking point is not going to be, we need to go to Israel and kill all the Jews. It's that Jews are controlling our country and they're forcing things on us like mass immigration, which is causing white genocide, and they're causing us to waste our military and our money, getting involved in wars with Iran and all these other things, and the clean break memo to go and blow up all of Israel's enemies in the Middle East. That's the neo-Nazi talking points. Get out of here with this fucking retarded, like, oh, Nazis want to go to Israel and kill all the Jews. You're actually fucking retarded.
Yeah, my What the frick is going on?
What the frick? What the frick is going on? Oh shit, did you see my name pop up in chat? And he's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
The thing that the toolkit that every streamer uses is getting heavily fucking DDoSed.
What?
So that's the problem.
bro.
Like the toolkit that people are using.
What is he even talking? What is the toolkit? What is he even talking about? Pirate software?
Is
Is he
getting attacked all the time, nonstop, and they haven't been able to like withstand these attacks at all. So they're.
That's true. XQC the same issue.
Wait,
what's being
showing any,
what is he even talking about?
That's why you use OBS.
I don't know if they can hear me.
No, we can hear you fine. You're just, I'm telling you. Just
No, not you.
Okay, your guys. On our side, you're just a little bit.
Every streamer's been using IRL toolkit. Oh, okay, I don't know what it is. Sorry. Well, kick him out. He's gone. Get him the fuck out of here.
This is crazy.
Get him out of here.
Fuck. Jesus Christ, this is so goddamn annoying. Holy shit. What is happening?
Oh no.
What is DDoS? You know? The streamer term?
I think we use another
DDoS
one.
is direct denial of service when people just like swarm,
It's distributed denial of service, but
consistently hit a server and attack it. It's like it basically gives it the hug of death.
I just want to kill
Alright,
myself.
you seem good now.
I ain't listening to
you're
him
back.
talk
What?
about anything.
You're
Oh
back.
my god,
You're not
kill
lagging
me.
anymore.
Holy shit, kill me.
No, I actually hit the BRB screen on my end. I'm not lagging on your end, which is fine, but I'm looking at my ingest here and it's like completely cooked. Hold on.
Should we
You
try
wanna-
to hit Hassan back then?
Do you want to come back?
Wait 1 second.
We can get. Take a couple minutes.
Uh-oh.
We have people that want to come in too.
Uh-oh.
Everyone's saying you're
Okay.
faking it.
Uh-oh.
Hassan.
Okay.
Everyone's
I
saying
think,
you're
I
faking
think
it.
this is your exit plan.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no,
do that.
I definitely want to continue this conversation, but like,
Can we do a? Could we do?
There's so many, like, there's so
Wait,
much
Hassan.
visual artifacting going on
Hassan.
on my stream.
Can we do a? Can we do a lifting stream? Me, you, and Kyle when we're back in Cali.
Sure.
You don't seem too enthusiastic about that.
Well, because I'm fucking. This is
gotta fight
so
off the
goddamn
DDoS.
Annoying. I have like 50K people watching, and then it just
Why
like,
does that happen? He said.
Does Hassan drink or no?
DDoS. People are the service that a lot of streamers,
He lifts
myself
heavy.
included, and the FaZe Boys use is getting fucking consistently
The
attacked
server's getting attacked.
by people, by nefarious actors, and it's a service that we pay a lot of money
They're
for.
saying
so
this
it's
is
really
what Hassan
fucking
does.
annoying.
Whoa, are you notorious for this?
What?
Hypotheticals to crazy exit.
Oh no.
No, I want to continue this conversation. It's just I'm incapable of doing so right now. But
Our chat
Hold
wants us
on.
to add Myron too. So why don't we
No,
just have
we
a
can't. We
three-way?
can't do that. We can't do that. I promise.
I can't be on with like Myron or Nick
I got
Fuentes
you.
or any of
Hassan,
those
I
guys
told you. I
because
got
I'll
you.
get banned.
I told Hassan we'd have
I'll
him
get
on.
banned if I'm
He's
on
on
with them
Twitch.
because they're
Oh,
banned
get
on
banned.
Twitch.
No, I told you. I told you. I
Always
got
the
you.
ultimate
We're good.
escape.
We're good.
The ultimate escape.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a couple minutes, or are you
Kick
good
him
now?
out.
I think we might be. Hold on. I think we might be able to. We might be able to work through this.
Come on,
but
Hassan.
I don't know. I don't know if it will.
Buddy, we're new to this shit. You're supposed to be a veteran.
No, I know. And I am.
And I am. I got fucking AirPods in my ear and shit.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like. Do you not see it? Hold on. All right, we'll continue. We'll table this discussion for later. You guys
Let's
can
do it,
go
bro.
and talk to some other people. But I don't think that
Maybe we should do
I-
we should have you on the Full Sim podcast too if you're ever down.
True.
Sure, I'm down.
Cool. All right, bro. Well, great to meet
All
you
right.
over the internet. We'll link up someday too.
All right,
Link
bye
up,
All right,
guys.
bro.
Apparently, the stream is having.
It's on dipped.
Huge problems.
Everyone said he faked it, bro. I don't know. I don't
Jesus.
Think so. He brought up the hypothetical.
Which one is it? The back one? Who we having next?
Someone's saying have Destiny on.
That's me.
I've never had any contact with him, to be honest. I don't know how to get in contact with him. I think maybe him and
Twitter, Instagram.
Hassan maybe went at it or some shit.
Twitter, Instagram, DMs. I'm in them both.
Is
Who's this?
The other one, the top.
Oh, okay. You want to bring him on?
Sure.
One thing I want to say though,
Let's do a little, yeah.
that's kind of interesting.
Fuck,
is,
we
like,
got 31K live?
me and Hassan, like off stream, off camera, we text like boys.
Yeah.
So it's funny when
That's
you
fine.
disagree or you don't see eye to eye on certain things, but like you're very similar.
Oh God.
When hanging out.
We're getting a call from Big Myron.
All right, let's get Myron in here.
Don't touch it.
Oh, don't touch it. Okay.
Myron would have been able to debate Hassan. to
Salim
be
got to
fair.
hop in for this
He
one.
would have been able to. He would have been able to.
Yo,
Hassan would have lost that debate
We need
too.
Lamy. We need Lamy for Myron. We need Lamy for Myron.
Can you hear shit?
Oh, yeah, it's connected too.
See if they can. You trying to
Jesus
Yo, Myron, you're
Christ.
super laggy, bro.
What's going on, guys?
Failed to start camera.
Holy. How do we
should see now.
We can see you now.
see you now? Audio's a
but
bit
your audio's
fucked.
lagged.
Your audio's fucked.
Wait,
Camera-
somebody's
camera
saying
looks
that
phenomenal.
all these streamers are buying into IRL Toolkit because they don't know how to use the multi-RTMP plugin just to stream to multiple services? What else does Hassan even stream to? What are these guys? What is happening here? Really?
Yeah, it's a Sony FX3.
Can you turn it down?
So my audio's coming in bad, you said?
Yeah, your audio's just.
He's fixing it, guys.
That's
His
sense.
input mic right now is something else. He's fixing.
Fuck. Are you sure this isn't on our end? If Hassan
it's
and
not on
Myron's.
our end.
No, buddy, we're locked in right now.
The fuck?
He uses it with his IRL backpack, so
I'm trying to fix
anytime
it.
on stream he can switch to his backpack and go
Okay,
IRL.
so it still sound bad right now?
One more
Say it
time.
again?
Can you guys hear me? Does it still sound bad now?
A little bit.
It's-
Chat,
we're
how's the
almost
audio?
there. Yo, can we turn on the headphone a little bit?
Well, I think that's just
It's
Myron.
like choppy or
There we go. There we
There
go.
it is.
There we go.
There we go.
What's even happening?
we're good?
Yep. Now
Alright,
we're
there you
good.
go. There you go.
Myron Gaines has joined the chat.
What's up, guys?
Myron, how you
Myron.
doing, bro?
I seen you in Miami. We dabbed each other up, and then next thing I know, you seen us kissing the wall, and I don't know if we're still friends or not.
Man, dude, look, I'm not gonna knock you guys too hard like Hassan. Well, let me start off with this.
No, he didn't knock us.
Let's-
He didn't knock us that hard.
Dude, nah, bro, he was been trying to fuck his son you guys the whole time, dude. He's such a fucking cocky dickhead.
True.
Like, look, you guys didn't know what you got into. It's not that big a deal. You know what I mean? Instead of coming in and trying to be a pompous fucking prick, what he should have done was kind of like educate you guys on the dark history of Israel and why Netanyahu is such a fucking scumbag versus trying to come in like a dickhead. So I'll keep it nice and simple for you guys. Here's the problem. Jews run America and they use their influence to subvert our government, our culture, and get us into a bunch of foreign wars. They claim to be our greatest ally
There it
when they're
is.
really not.
Based.
They were involved in 9/11.
Based.
They got a U.S. president killed.
Don't go conspiracy theories, Myron. Myron, no
This is all the stuff Hassan wanted to say, but he's either too stupid or was unwilling to say.
Sure, and it's not a conspiracy theory. I'm going to go through with you guys with what's the real deal.
Well, wait, Myron. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but let's start with what we're talking about now is having Netanyahu on the podcast. So let's start
Sure.
there.
Okay.
What's your
What do you wanna
opinion
know?
on that?
Just your overall opinion. Us having a world leader on, as we said.
Look, he's a war criminal, bro. He's currently wanted by the ICC. He's killed, we know 50,000 confirmed, but, other estimates put it at around 330,000.
Oh, no.
Harvard came out with this number because in Gaza, there was a lot of people buried under the rubble. So there's all kinds of shit going on as far as when it comes to him.
Right.
Are you
so?
cool?
So what's your opinion on us just having him on? Do you think we should have not had him on?
Are you cool if we have Sneako on this?
Well, look, my thing is, I think if you guys have him on, okay, so if I'm going to Monday morning quarterback this, like, let's say you guys had Netanyahu on, and then you had someone that was like critical of Zionism on, and you guys dropped the interview on the same day, that would have been great. Like, if y'all had done his interview, then done somebody else, then drop both interviews same day, you guys would be getting.
Well, we're gonna
less
drop. We're
backlash
gonna
from
drop
that.
it next. We're gonna drop it next episode.
Yeah, but like,
It's not our first, bro. It's not our first time getting backlash, and I understand
No, of course,
it. And
of
it's
course.
you know what? It's rightfully so. I understand how passionate and touchy of an issue this is, and I don't necessarily disagree with their perspective. I understand, but from our point of view, like we said, and I'll tell you again, but with the Full Send podcast, we're going to have everyone on. We're going to ask them questions, and we're going to leave it up to the viewer. I think people give us too much credit just because we have someone on and they sit beside the Nelk boys. Our audience isn't going to fucking go like, oh my God, I love that person now because they fucking went on the Full Send podcast. No, our audience is actually, they're fucking smart. Everyone watching right now is fucking smart. They're not idiots. Just because Netanyahu comes on our pod and sits beside us and we ask him questions, they're not going to instantly go like, oh my God, I love this guy now. And this episode is a perfect example of that. Go read the fucking comments.
Again,
people doesn't look like we did him a great service. It looks like we had him on and...
Okay, well, let's hear Myron's response to that.
No, but I want people to know that.
Yeah, no. Look, bro, I'm for free speech. I'm a free speech absolutist.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and knock you guys for having them. I'm just saying the reason why people are pissed off is because he kind of just came in there and just lied the whole time and exaggerated stuff. Talking about burning
but I think people saw right through that.
Myron, I think you're actually wrong. I think people didn't even watch the episode and they're just upset with the fact that we had him on in the first place.
100%.
Well, I watched it and he lied to y'all about a bunch of shit. So that's kind of what it is. Like, I know Hassan didn't watch it, so he's over here lecturing like a fucking dickhead, but I actually watched the interview. You lied about a bunch of shit. Like, for example, one of the things he lied about was like, oh, they were burning babies alive. That's not true. A lot of the shit that happened on October 7th was a lie. There was no mass rapes. There was no beheaded babies.
Whoa.
Really? Yeah, dude. Like that's, bro. He fucking was just saying, look, if you guys want me to really go through this, I can. But a lot of the stuff that went down on October 7th was sensationalized and a fucking lie. Look at your chat. They know I'm telling the truth.
Let me see.
Look at your chat right now. A lot of the shit that went down on October 7th was a fucking lie. And most people don't have the balls to fucking call this shit out, dude. There was no beheaded babies, no babies in ovens. Okay. Mass rapes were a lie. Look at your chat, bro.
But murders happened?
They're saying facts, but...
Murders happened or no murders?
Chill.
No, murders happened, but it's very important for you guys to understand how the murders went down. So there were 1,200 people that died on that day.
Hannibal Doctrine.
Right?
Hannibal Doctrine.
400 of those people that were killed
Israeli
were
military
IDF soldiers, which by international law means they are enemy combatants.
Not true. Not true. Not
Next
true.
was about 800 people died. Now this is the part that no one wants
Hannibal
to talk
Doctrine.
about.
Hannibal Doctrine.
The 800 that died, right, that were civilians. We'll also keep in mind that everyone in Israel has
an IDF
joined
soldier.
the IDF at some point.
So they're not really
so you can make
civilians.
the argument that they're enemy combatants, but that's fine. Let's go with 800 civilians, right?
Do it. 400.
Those 800 civilians.
Say 50%.
We don't know
how many were killed
who
by
Hamas killed
and
versus who the IDF killed.
There it
and I know
is.
you guys are probably saying like, yo, what the fuck?
There it is.
The reason for that, guys, is there was a controversial directive activated that day called the Hannibal Directive.
There it is. Yes.
The Hannibal Directive.
No evidence of this at all, by the way. Zero evidence of this. Zero evidence. No evidence of any of this at all, by the way.
Soldiers when they're about to be kidnapped by Palestinian militias. And the reason why they do this is so they don't end up in a position where they have to exercise diplomacy and do hostages exchanges. They learned this with a guy back in 2006 named Gilad Shalit. So what Hamas did when they went in there, the goal was to get as many hostages as possible to negotiate the release of Palestinian prisoners that are in Israel. Again, I'm not here to condone their behavior, but I'm here to tell you guys why they did the said behavior and what really went down and what the intention was. So when we talk about the 800 Israelis that were killed, innocent people were killed. I'm not refuting that. But what I will say is a lot of those innocent people that were killed by the IDF. How do we know this? Because they were shot by Apache helicopters with Hellfire missiles. Hamas doesn't have that. There was some of them in the kibbutzes, which is their homes.
I mean, Myron, this is crazy now. We're going conspiracy theories.
This is not conspiracy theories, bro. This is 100% fact.
Because didn't on October 7th, Hamas captured American citizens as well, right?
Yeah, they had like a couple U.S. citizens, but they just got one of the guys back.
We just went at. I'm gonna let you speak, but we just went at Hassan for hypotheticals and conspiracies, so we gotta just keep that same energy. And I want to tell you one thing. Wait, I'm gonna tell you really quick. You watched the podcast.
Bro,
wait, Myron. We went at Netanyahu for. Okay, go ahead.
Hear me out. Everything I just told you, I got from Israeli media. When I'm talking about the people that were killed, the Hannibal Directive that was activated that day, their defense minister, a guy named Yoav Gallant, admitted on October 7th the Hannibal Directive was activated, which means they killed innocent civilians. IDF did this because they didn't want them to get kidnapped. Okay? And none of this stuff is a conspiracy theory. Another thing, this comes from the Israel Times. They could have got the hostages back on October 10th. But guess what? They didn't want to get the hostages back because he wanted to bomb the fuck out of Gaza and invade. Because he used what happened on October 7th as
Is there any evidence of that whatsoever? I don't even know how real like the Hannibal Directive is. Is there any evidence whatsoever that Yoav Gallant ordered this? Is there like a recording? Is there a media reporting from anybody credible at all? Or
I don't know about everything you just said, but I will tell you that one of the things that we did press Netanyahu on is, as you know, IDF being one of the probably the best military out there besides USA, is that they allowed October 7th to happen. Completely unacceptable if you're the IDF. If you're Netanyahu, to allow that to happen, there's no merit or no understanding of why that happened and how you're not prepared for that, why the response took so long. So with that, I agree with you that there is something there that's missing. And the fact that, how are you not prepared for a situation like that when you're prepared for everything else? I'll agree with you on that.
Well, here's the thing. You know, there's people out there that say that they think Netanyahu allowed this to happen.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So there you
That's
go.
what Hassan said.
Yeah, there we go.
Or maybe
Yeah,
Nick.
true.
Somebody said that earlier.
Yeah. I kind of agree with Nick on that. And let's just go through why. Okay. Instead of us saying, oh, he let it happen, let's go over what happened and how he benefited. So after October 7th happened, it's very important that you guys know that he's in the middle of a corruption trial right now for bribery, right? So he was in the middle of getting prosecuted and going to court for this crime. What ended up happening was when October 7th happened, he was able to consolidate all the power and avoid the trial, and the criminal investigation was suspended because they were in active war. So what he was able to do was he invaded Gaza. Once he invaded Gaza and killed Yahya Sinwar, the head of Hamas at the time, then they invaded Lebanon. Then after they invaded Lebanon, there was a ceasefire that happened that led to the downfall of Syria. After Syria was toppled, then they launched Operation Rising Lions. And then they used the U.S. to bomb the Houthis. So this was all a systematic plan that is helping Netanyahu stay in power while simultaneously allowing him to get into wars to expand Israel. This is all about regime change and effectuating destabilization all across the Middle East. This is what they've been doing for a very long time. That's his intention, and that's what went down. So he benefited a lot from October 7th. This is why so many people believe that he at least he allowed it to happen or stood down.
Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time there's been like a false flag in order to start a war. So I wouldn't rule that out.
Wait, but Myron,
Yeah, I mean-
what were your other biggest takeaways from the interview?
Well, the other thing also is that he didn't talk about why Hamas attacked, right? I think it's very important to understand why your adversaries hate you, right? And the thing in American media that we don't do enough of is we don't talk about how Israel constantly gets into wars, does false flags, bombs innocent people, destabilizes Middle Eastern countries, and the reason why they're able to engage in this reckless foreign policy is because they know that the United States is going to back them unequivocally. And the reason why we back them so much is because we have rich Zionists and high levels of power in the United States across different sections. There's a reason why talking about this topic gets you in trouble and or banned. It's probably one of the most taboo topics, especially before October 7th. It's why I got demonetized talking about Israel and Jewish power in America. They run this shit. And for you to call it out, there's
you in contact with anybody?
No, it's realistic.
We're working our connections, okay?
I don't know if Steiny told you, but yeah, what we're going to do next episode, and we were already planning to do this even before this episode came out, was we want to find a really good person to have that represents, the opposite side. And that's going to be the next episode of the Full Send podcast.
I'm going to tell you right now, dude. I'm going to tell you right now, me and Nick are by far the best at this. No one comes close because everyone is too pussy to call out the real problems. Because here's the thing, right?
But Myron, we want someone that's there.
What was that?
Someone not in America.
Someone non-American?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that makes it difficult.
What do you mean makes what makes
Well,
it
we're not
difficult?
ruling anyone out, but we're just going to, we'll talk to people. We're going to talk to a lot of our Palestinian friends. We have a lot of them too.
I mean,
a lot of UFC fighters that we're close with and got their opinions.
Yeah, sure. Like, I mean, if you want to get a Palestinian perspective, that's cool. But what I'm saying is,
Okay, wait, Myron. Myron, we're seeing breaking news, a tweet. LMFAO having Nelk interview Netanyahu is like Ted Bundy doing a podcast with a woman. These dudes are fucking retarded.
Wow, Myron.
But here you are.
I thought
Uh-oh.
you didn't say that was retarded. You said we're retarded.
Because you're using the platform, right? Just like, I'll give you the chance, but I'm just saying.
no, that was retarded to have him on. It was.
Would you not interview him if you had the opportunity?
Well, here's the thing. Like I said before, I told y'all, if I was going to go interview Netanyahu, I would have interviewed someone else that opposes Israel's government.
Well, we're going to do that. We're going to do that.
You can't do that at the same time. It's really hard.
We can handle backlash for a week.
Bro. Let's be 100%
with
honest here.
Netanyahu, Myron.
You guys. Let's be 100% honest, not bullshit. You guys didn't think you were going to get this much backlash, and now you're getting damage control.
Bro, are you crazy?
We knew this.
Myron, can I tell you? I'll be honest. Like I said on the pod, I'm not the most educated on this. When we got the opportunity, I started asking my Jewish friends And I was like, yo, we're going to have Netanyahu on the pod. Like, what do you think? And they're like, bro, I fucking hate him. Like, and then I asked another person, and they said the same thing. And then I'm like, oh, what do your parents think about him? They're like, oh, they don't like him. So that's when I really knew. I was like, dude, this guy is the most hated man on the planet. And I realized that before we did the interview. Myron, this is not a shock to us at all, whatsoever. We actually posted. I posted on my Instagram story. You could check. We're going live on Kick before we drop this pod.
Oh God.
No, I know you guys were. But what I am saying is
the hate is not a surprise whatsoever.
The whole fucking clown crew of the Zog shit.
no. What I'm saying is,
Oh, who did that?
Should we do Sneako for a little bit?
Well, yeah, we don't want to.
I think we're all on
We
the
do
call.
both at the same time?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. We can't see you.
I can join after Myron's done it, unless you want to do a group call. But Myron was doing his thing.
All right, well, let's.
Yeah,
I mean, we have one
I
at a
don't
time to
mind.
make it simple. If that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, I'll join. Just
Chat's-
join back in.
Let me ask really quick. The
when
chat's
he's-
also going crazy. Real quick, both you guys. The chat's going crazy to add Destiny. What's your guys'
I
situation
don't
with
mind.
either of them? Or with him,
I get
sorry.
along with Destiny fine.
Sneako, what about you?
Well, I don't see the point. I mean, he agrees. He's
so mad. Sneako's
he's
so
pro-Israel.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah, he is
so-
pro-Israel.
I don't think there's a point of
If
having.
you are- if you are
I don't think
looking-
there's. I don't think there's a point of having pro-Israel people on tonight.
With them,
Yeah, if you guys are going to get more backlash from that than less.
Well, it could be entertaining.
I think
but
it's entertainment.
I want to hear from Sneako though.
By the way, we can't see either of you.
Well, what was that? Well,
We just don't see your cameras.
oh, okay. I'll turn mine on right now. But yeah, dude, just to finish what I was saying, like,
Let's let Myron finish, yeah, and then
yeah,
we'll
go
chat
ahead.
with Sneako.
yeah, when I said that having him on is retarded, like, yeah, it is retarded because if you're gonna have somebody like that on, you got to have like a juxtaposition immediately set up.
Honestly,
right?
you're right. It
So
is kind of retarded.
you know,
Yeah.
and then like again, I'm not shitting on y'all because you didn't know. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to little bro you guys and be like, oh fuck you guys, blah blah.
Myron,
but
show your camera, bro.
all right, let me hold on. Give me 1 sec. Sneako could talk while I get it on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was
Wait,
talking to
Sneako,
Shiny
hold on.
and Kyle.
Sneako,
Did you
Sneako, I
watch the interview?
just want to say your house looks fucking immaculate.
Oh, thank you. This is
Holy
this
shit.
is in New York.
The furniture is
Yeah,
not
send me
cheap.
tricks.
Furniture
Yeah,
is not cheap.
Send me your interior designer.
That's me. I'm the designer.
Damn, guy's got a
Wait, next time you guys come to New York.
guy's got a zebra carpet.
Are we invited to stay at the
I
crib?
got to.
Holy shit.
Of course you guys can.
All right, Myron, your camera's good.
All right, we're
Yeah,
back on.
should I let Myron finish before?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
yeah,
Myron
let him
finish.
I mean, bro, it's up to you guys. I don't mind Sneako
No,
on the call. I'm not like one
we'll
of these,
do
like-
one at a time. We'll do one at a time because we want to bring on a bunch of people. So
All
you
right.
finish
All
up,
right,
Myron.
I'll join back in after.
Well, no, Sneako,
Well,
stay
yeah.
on and just stay. Okay.
Okay, go.
So yeah, what I was saying before, bro, is basically the reason why a lot of people don't like Netanyahu is obviously he's committing a bunch of war crimes. And the other reason why people are pissed off is because Israel claims to be our greatest ally, but they've been involved in a bunch of bullshit. They've stolen nukes from us. They were involved in 9/11. They had foreknowledge it was going to happen. This is all declassified information. It's not a conspiracy theory, contrary to what people tell you. The guy that owned the building got the biggest insurance payout ever, and he's a close friend of Netanyahu. They were involved in the assassination of John F. Kennedy because he tried to take their nukes away. Like, this is all factual stuff that's come out from declassified documents. And we give these guys an enormous amount of aid, and then they drag us into foreign wars. Like Iraq, for example, in 2003. We had no business over there. Saddam Hussein had nothing to do with Osama bin Laden. We ended up in fucking Iraq, and 1 million people died. For what? Wars for Israel. Because Israel has a reckless foreign policy that we back, that Netanyahu's been a part of for the past 30 years, where we drag Americans into conflict for no fucking reason. And they have way too much influence in our government and with AIPAC and not even have to register in NEFERA. So that's why so many people have issues with Netanyahu and the Zionist lobby in America.
Myron, my quick question to you is that
Makes sense.
Do you have a
Sure.
problem with how do you separate having a problem with Jews and having a problem with Israel?
Sure, that's a good question. So there are people, right, that have been vocal about this that are Jewish, right? There's people like Max Blumenthal, Dave Smith, Norman Finkelstein. There's a bunch of
Oh my
people
God, all the worst.
that talk about this stuff
The
and they talk
nightmare
about the
blunt
atrocities and bad
rotation.
foreign policy. Jeffrey Sachs, etc. A lot of intellectuals. But I think the important thing that people need to understand is that most Zionists are actually evangelical Christians, right? But most Jews are Zionists. So this is why, you run into the problems that you have. Not every Jew is a Zionist. A lot of them are actually, anti-Israel, which is great.
That's not true.
But it's not about having a problem with Jews. It's about having a problem with Zionists. It just so happens that most Zionists tend to be Jewish.
Okay, because I think that's a big problem, especially on the internet, is that everyone at this point is grouping two and two together, and I think that there's a differentiator between being Israeli and being an American Jew. And like your buddy, you're never gonna turn down a collab from Aiden Ross, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with Aiden, but again, Aiden's not committing a genocide right now.
For sure.
It's not the same. You know what I mean? It's a completely different situation. And again, like I said before, it's a very sensitive topic. People are terrified to talk about it for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna go ahead and really have this discussion, I think people need to understand that Israel is not our greatest ally like they claim, and we give them way too much money, and they're dropping bombs on kids, and they make us look bad, and they don't deal with accountability for their reckless foreign policy ever.
All right, Myron, we appreciate you, bro. We're gonna bring Sneako on.
No problem, man.
What do they mean when they say Israel's still nuclear weapons? So the meme,
All right, man.
I actually repeated this a lot, that Israel probably pursued nuclear weapons by
I'll get
taking
Sneako in here.
U.S. Nuclear secrets. I don't actually think that's true, though. I think it was because they were working with France when they got them, and I think later on they did nuclear testing with South Africa. I think they just liked the theory of they took it from the U.S. because we think that Israel and the U.S. have worked together since its inception, which is not true, and that Israel and the U.S. are obsessed with loving each other. But I think Israel did their nuclear testing and everything, I think, with South Africa. There was some island to the south of South Africa where a lot of nuclear testing happened. And then I think France, gave them their first reactor because Israel was close with France initially.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's the other one, bro?
Actually, I shouldn't say initially. After 48, but before 73. Before,
It makes no difference.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
What year did Israel get their first nuke? I don't know if we know for sure, but I know that
Yo, what's up?
there were talks of them internally using it in 73, and I don't think that they were talking about it in 67. So sometime between then, maybe?
You go get adjusted here.
I can't wait to hear Sneako's opening.
It's my favorite.
Sneako's opening.
Wait a second, I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Sneako's opening bars are gonna be crazy. I know it.
Oh, Discord, come on!
Sneako's been loading the ammo up. I want to hear this opening
Why the
rip.
fuck? Are they making fun of they look like they're making fun of my room.
Yo, chat, we're not gonna have Destiny on tonight because he's pro-Israel and we've already covered that
why
side.
don't we have him on at the same time with Sneako?
Sneako, you want to go at him?
Fireworks.
Sneako doesn't want this.
I'm down to sit
Why
back.
don't we and you host the debate?
I'm down. No, we should do that.
Well, we could do it.
Yeah.
Sneako, are you cool with that, or can you hear us or not?
That's Destiny?
Yeah,
I
I
can hear
know.
you now, but it's on my headphones. It is what it is.
No, you're good. I'll tell you when to bring him on. But
Okay.
tell him it's gonna
We'll
be
chat
with
with
Sneako.
Sneako
We
for
gotta
a
make
bit.
it clear with
Can
him.
you hear me?
It's
Everything's
cool.
good?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna do this.
My oldest friend. My friend of 6
How you
years.
doing, Steinberg?
My oldest friend of.
It's likely the USA didn't approve of Israeli nuclear weapons because we didn't approve of French or South African ones. I mean, we didn't have to. I don't know if we had to. Everybody was trying to get nuclear weapons, right?
No, I'm not
Buddy.
gonna lie. We had a fucking great time. We missed you, bro. I don't know if you're still up to that activity, but we would love to have you.
What activity?
No, just going out and stuff.
A
I don't know if
lot,
you're still do that.
a lot of Haram and San Tropez.
Yeah,
Let's just say that.
I know I've been going out a little more this summer.
Oh, bro, you should have attended. It was a wild time. Wait, Sneako, before we do this, at some point, can we bring Destiny on, or what's your guys' standing right now? We'll wait. We'll talk to you for 10, 15 minutes before.
Okay, hold on. I just want to fix my audio if we're gonna do this prop. I don't know why the fucking thing.
On
everybody's
our
having
end,
problems.
you're perfect.
Damn.
And also, did you watch the pod or no?
Every big interview, this happens. This has been happening years and years and years for me.
What's that?
Chuck, why is this not working?
Is it us? Like every
They said they're
single
going to
week
talk
we
on the
go
for a bit
this
before they're with me. I'll be back in a second.
Alright, fuck it. I'm just gonna use the speakers.
Sneako, did you watch the interview?
Yeah. I mean, you sent it to me.
So you saw the clips.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty much that was pretty much the interview, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, at first I was really upset because I'm somebody who hates Netanyahu, and I know what he's doing, and it's a genocide. I think he's worse than Adolf Hitler. I mean, at least, you know, the differences or a comparison. Netanyahu's starving people in Palestine right now. And I thought that you guys knew, but I could hear based on, we've been talking about the Steiny, and I've seen the back and forth that you guys had with other people. I don't think you guys know too much about this conflict. And when I was talking to you, Steiny, privately, you were saying, like, oh, I don't want to hear about conspiracy theories. And when I mentioned, you know, Epstein's connection to Israel. But a lot of what they were saying was a conspiracy theory. You guys know that has been revealed over the past 5-6 years as being true. Right? Like the COVID vaccine, for one, they called you a crazy conspiracy theorist. So it's not, I wouldn't write people off that quickly by saying that anymore.
Sneako, I wouldn't say conspiracy
I'm
theory,
not against conspiracies.
I'd say off topic, rather.
I'm not against conspiracies.
Like, I think having Netanyahu on the podcast and then jumping into...
Bro, chat's got to chill. We're going to have Destiny on.
Yeah, Destiny's going to come.
Destiny's going to come.
But what I was saying, Sneako, is going from having Netanyahu on the pod to what we talked about earlier, we jumped fucking through hurdles to get to what we were talking about. So that was the only thing, is I want to stay more on topic than go into rabbit hole conspiracies.
Yeah. So when I first saw that, when I first saw it was leaked, I was thinking, okay, you guys are close with the Trump administration. We know the relationship you guys have. We know how Trump is basically owned by Netanyahu, whether or not you like to believe that. You guys have seen the picture of Trump pulling out Netanyahu's chair while he's sitting down, right? Every other world leader, Trump does the handshake and brings him in. Netanyahu, he just like, come sit right here, come sit there. He's the only person that Trump seems afraid of, right? And you guys are Trump supporters. You know the slogan, America First, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How can we put America first but send $4 billion to Israel every year?
So, wait, what about the point that I think that a lot of people make this, and I'm not saying this, but I feel like a lot of people want to say that Israel's America's strongest ally. That's what I've heard.
Right. What do we get from Israel as our greatest ally?
No, but I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that when you talk about him and Trump having that different relationship, I think it's the fact that they probably talk the most.
Yeah, we got it.
Who knows their relationship? But I feel like that's not that important, right?
Oh yeah, well, I'm asking you guys as Trump supporters. You guys want to put America first. You don't want to fund Ukraine, right? We don't.
I'm gonna actually agree with you. And I actually said to Netanyahu's face, I was like, "Yo, you're making it harder and harder for Americans to want to support Israel. Like it's like almost non-existent at this point. It feels, from a social media perspective or just from an American perspective, it's like you go to the average American, you think they're going to be free Palestine. So I agree with you that I don't think that Netanyahu or Trump is making it any easier for an American to want to support Israel.
Trump has failed in a lot of ways. I know you guys are very, pro-Trump for a lot of years, but he said no more wars, and then he ended up bombing Iran. And he didn't bomb Iran for America. We have no involvement in this conflict. He bombed them for Israel. Because if you notice in your podcast, Netanyahu, he always says, you notice this, Kyle, whenever he mentions Israel, the United States, he says we. He says we, like, this is our
He
war,
was.
this is
I
us.
noticed that he was very trying to, like, obviously, go after Americans and, like, speak to Americans. Obviously, that's why he came on.
Well, he was trying to align Israel and America the entire
included
time.
as one.
Yeah.
That's the double speak they've been doing for a long time, and you guys are releasing the podcast at the worst time ever because there's the biggest mass awakening to this problem ever right now, and you dropping it at the height of that awakening, which is it's strategic from him because he wants to get some support, but I don't think it's going to reflect well upon him. But as Americans, you guys have a very strong American fan base.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Fuck, bro.
Sorry.
You touch it.
I pressed. I meant to refresh that.
Right.
Judd, can we add him back in?
My bad.
Fix it, one sec.
My bad, boys.
Sorry, Sneako, we're bringing you right back in.
I meant to fucking refresh my screen. My bad.
Cool, right there.
Let Judd do it. We have Red Bulls?
I'll fix it. I got coffee for you. Fuck is the coffee? Oh, it's time to get.
That's mine.
I just made a coffee for you.
My girl make
My bad.
Stop spamming
That
chat
might
if
have
you're
been the
spamming chat,
Cyrus.
okay?
Did Mossad just shut it off?
It might have been. Or I might have hit Command R by accident.
Okay, so go ahead with what you're saying.
I can't see your camera.
Shit. I think that's a problem on your end.
No, that's you guys for sure.
Judd, he can't see our camera. Are we screen sharing the
We
monitor?
all good, bro. Our side.
Well, he can't see
Any
us.
milk? No? Is there any milk in? Oh, thank you.
You can call him again.
You can hear us though, yeah?
Okay, but you can see me. It's fine.
Yeah.
We can see you. If you can't see us, I don't know how that.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
I was just saying, about putting America first, right? Like
see you right now.
Do you
Put
think that
America
we should
first.
spend as American citizens? You guys have a big American following. You are a representation of young American culture. Should we be giving our tax dollars to Ukraine?
Oh my God.
I don't think so.
So why should we be doing the same thing for Israel? Like you said, they're our greatest ally. I don't even know if you believe that. What do we get? What do we get from our greatest ally?
It's a good point. I mean, again, I'm not super educated on it all, but I mean, yeah, it's a good point.
We don't get anything from that. The truth is, they'll say that's the answer. They'll reply with military aid, but the military aid is to fight their wars. I noticed, and I'm glad you guys said this in the podcast. I think Kyle, you said specifically, we have PTSD and trauma from going into Iran, going into Iraq.
Yeah.
We fought all these wars, and do you know who remember the lie of the weapons of mass destruction?
Mm-hmm.
That was
Remember when they
Jewish.
said that? You know who said that in front of Congress? That was
Netanyahu.
Benjamin Netanyahu. He told our government, Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. They have chemical weapons. We need to go there and stop them. We were in that war for over 10 years. We found out they had no weapons of mass destruction. They need us to have, they need American base in the Middle East, right? Because Israel's so hated. There's a small little nation in the Middle East surrounded by Arab countries and other people that don't want them there because they have nukes, but nobody else can have nukes. We'll say we have to invade Iran because they can't have nukes. Israel has a nuclear bomb, and all the surrounding countries, they're not okay with that. So they need to have some support. They drag us time and time again into the Middle East to go and fight their wars for them, with the lie that we're their greatest ally while we receive no benefits from them at all.
I think there have been some benefits. I'm not sure, but there
Name
has
one.
to be.
There's none.
Sneako, you gotta know.
The Suez Canal?
There are none.
I mean, like one of the most important trade routes in all of fucking in all the world economy.
But we
I mean,
don't
like,
need them.
I mean, yeah.
Our country, we're surrounded on both sides. We have oceans. We have the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, Canada.
I mean,
Tom,
would
sorry,
you
Kyle,
say that? Yeah.
we could
I
destroy
think
Canada if we
Sneako,
want
I think that there's some sense of like they have similar ideology, they have similar beliefs that America does. I think that's
oh, they're
why
an ethno state. Say, bring up the ethno state thing.
they consider
Do the
Israel
ethno
as
state
not
thing.
maybe
Do
our
it.
strongest ally,
Ethno
but our
state.
most
Say it.
comparative.
No, they don't. And this is where that's
In what
not
sense?
true.
And where they are? And where they are?
Ethno
In the
state.
Middle East and where they are.
Ethno
Because
state.
they do believe in like.
Say it. Ethno state.
And I'm not trying to get too fucking.
Democracy. They believe
Yes,
in,
exactly.
I know
There's
you're
democracy
They're
there.
apartheid. They don't
They
have
believe in
no.
all
What you're
this.
saying is, in the Arab countries, they're going to say like they oppress women and you know the hijab.
I wasn't going
and
to
stuff
say that,
like
but I was going to say
saying-
that they do have a democracy in Israel. So I think that that's maybe why there is that.
But this is the secret that they have. Israelis hate Jesus Christ. They spit on Christians. They bomb.
Okay,
They're bombing
my
churches
bad.
and they're killing Christians
Okay.
as well.
I went to
But
Israel.
this-
Yeah. Wait, hold on. We're
I
going to
was-
interject there.
I was never spit on.
We also went to where Christ was born.
You guys were there. You guys went there to kiss the wall, and you were there as a.
That's not even
representative of
true.
America.
We went there and we saw the Christian quarters, we saw the Muslim quarters. We went to where was it? Christ was born, or what did we see there?
Yeah. I think we were hammered at the wall too.
Yeah. So we did
You
go
were
to where
hammered
Christ
there?
was born,
No, at the wall. I can't.
but I'm just Sneako. We're being 100% transparent. Like we saw just
believe you,
they showed us
but-
everything.
The difference is,
And Kyle
the people,
being
the Arab-
Catholic, and yeah, go ahead.
so if the United States is a majority Christian country and it was founded as a majority Christian country, the difference is those surrounding countries that you're saying don't have democracy, they love Jesus, and the Israelis hate Jesus. They believe that they rejected Jesus and they're waiting for their own Messiah. That's the main difference, is that we have more in common theologically with those countries than we do with Israel. If you ask any Israeli what they think of Jesus Christ, they will say that he's burning in feces and excrement in hell. They have rejected him.
Bro,
This is brain broken.
Sneako.
That's not a conspiracy.
You said if you ask
shit.
any Israeli,
Oh my God.
Yeah, they
and
hate
what?
Jesus.
But what? And you're Muslim, right?
Yeah.
So if I ask any Muslim
Barely.
this question and they're gonna give me that response, like that's
No.
where I just like
Muslims
I feel
believe
like
that
you're
Jesus
grouping,
was a
you're
Muslim.
grouping everybody
A lot of
together. And I feel like that's where it makes it difficult.
I'm just telling you what's true. Muslims
But you're not.
believe
You're
that
saying if
Jesus-
you ask anybody this, then they're going to give you that response. That's not a fair thing to say about any group of people out there. I'm going to be honest. And I agree with a lot of things that you said, but
I
that's
would
a
have asked
crazy.
Netanyahu. Those are the hard hitting questions that I would have asked to somebody like Netanyahu. Right.
Do you hate Jesus?
If you ask any Muslim this question, they will tell you that they love Jesus, that he's the Messiah, he's the prophet. If you ask Israelis, I could send you videos of the Israelis spitting on Christians as they walk through. That's the major difference.
I think there's a lot of good people in Israel too that don't agree with what's going on though. I know that for a fact.
The prophet is Jesus Christ for Muslims? Is that? Did I miss that?
We said this to Nick too. Is that I think Jews just get boxed in as a whole. You know, like obviously there's rich Jews that run fucking Hollywood, but like
he said the prophet.
Our guy that runs our fucking
he said the number
chat
one
right
prophet.
now is in New York.
Me.
You too, but no, I'm saying our guy that runs our fucking shit.
He's in Hollywood.
Everyone says that.
That's what Nick was saying. That's why he's.
That's what Nick said. But I'm saying they box those Jews in with like normal Jews. Like the guy that runs our shit, he's a guy from New York. He shares an apartment. He's lucky to pull
Muslims accept him as a prophet from Allah, but his message got corrupted. Yeah, I think Muslims rewrite I think they believe in most of the things from the Gospels and everything, but they say that Jesus was actually Muslim, and the message got fucked up or whatever, or corrupted somehow. I don't know.
You know, Rabbi Shmuley with all of Jews, because most Jews that I know are good people. Like Aiden's my best. I'm part Jewish myself. Steiny and I were good friends, and I was talking to Steiny. He's like, man, the hatred is rising a lot, and yeah, Jews should not be responsible for this. I saw Myron talking about it earlier. People like Dave Smith, people like Norman Finkelstein. A lot of people have been speaking up about this properly.
A lot.
You know who one of the major American politicians are that did not want to send more money to Israel? Was Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders, yeah, we're educated over here.
He's a Brooklyn Jew, and he's the only one saying, hey, we should stop giving why is every politician owned by AIPAC? Right?
Yes.
Why does people asking questions, why is an Israeli flag next to the American flag all the time? Why are they getting all their money from Israel?
By the way, we got, if you're curious, we got zero bag for this, obviously.
Yeah, right.
I thought you guys did, and
we didn't get the Sneako Rumble back. I promise you that. It was
buddy. I don't have an interior designer.
Yeah,
not just yet.
We don't have the couch in there. We're furnitureless over here.
You know, there are 20 people in that room that was CIA and Mossad, even if you weren't aware of that.
No, I'm not. I mean, it probably was. There was 20 people in suits.
But there was not even. There was a lot of women in there too.
I mean, that doesn't really mean that.
That doesn't mean shit. We don't know who was in there. Sneako, we will tell you there was 20 people in there. We don't know what the fuck their role was.
Dude, we were in the Blair House. That's where they
Wait, but
that's like a part of the White House where anyone that foreign comes, and that's where they like stay and sleep.
Sneako, this is my
how crazy is that?
That makes it more difficult to conduct that interview. But what I will say is, I agree with you, and you're right that I don't agree with a lot of things Netanyahu's done at all. And I think he was way too aggressive. He's been too aggressive with continuing to bomb Arab countries. But I am telling you, like, one thing that I brought up to him was like, it's harder and harder as an American Jew even to support you. Like it's becoming nearly impossible. With the backlash, with the way that America now feels about Israel, like it's becoming nearly impossible. So that was my biggest issue. That's why I don't really empathize with Netanyahu's, because I'm sitting here like, bro, I put America first. Yes, I understand the situation, but it's becoming difficult.
So do you put America first or Israel first?
America. I'm an American.
Jesus.
So then Netanyahu is trying to bring us into another world war. All right, and even though this seems like it's subtle right now, Trump bombing Iran was the first step of World War III potentially happening.
Oh my God.
Right, that is an act of war. They called it a 7-day war or something short. That was not supposed to happen. And best believe that Iran is looking to retaliate in some sort of way. And we're going to try to blame them again, but we struck them first. So this is not a good sign. And if anybody says they're America first, Netanyahu is the biggest enemy to that statement. Netanyahu is the one that's taking our tax dollars, is the one who's blackmailing our politicians, and is the one who's trying to drag us into another war. Every American should say that we should stay far away from this guy, that he should not have any influence. And when he says things like we need to separate that and draw a line between the two. And I'm very disappointed in Trump. As a former Trump supporter, in 2016, seeing what he's doing, it makes me embarrassed. And I
You were a
think right now
supporter in
he's doing
2020,
well.
were you not?
In 2024 was difficult in the beginning. Towards the end, I knew that it would be how strategic it would be to remind people about what America First really was. The reason people like you guys and your fan base supported Trump in 2016 was because he was saying America First. Let's go back to that idea. Let's put our country first. We spent too much money and too much time in these other countries fighting wars. We have problems right here. We don't need to keep funding other places.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit's a mess, bro.
But yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, no, we're gonna bring. What about having you and Destiny at the same time?
Every time I have a big interview, he comes around. You guys can have enjoy and have a great conversation with him. I'm sure you'll love him.
Get on the fuck
Wait, but
out.
Sneako, let's get the overall message. Last time,
True.
this has been the biggest negative that we've had. Nick Fuentes, Myron, everyone's talked about it. Us platforming Netanyahu, in a sense where we're trying to interview a world leader. What's your opinion on that? And Hassan.
Yeah, I'll be real. I mean, I like you guys, but I think Netanyahu saw you as a useful tool. I thought that, his PR is the worst it's ever been, and I think the Trump administration was somewhat kind of pressuring you guys to do that. Am I wrong?
No, not at all.
Yeah, then you guys have nothing to gain from that. If you guys were doing it from like, okay, let me be neutral and ask.
We honestly, we did have nothing to gain.
But wait, Sneako,
we gained nothing.
Sneako, as a good friend of mine.
I don't think you should have done from a business standpoint, because I know like you're, how good of a businessman you are. I think that was a major mistake.
For sure.
It's gonna.
Sneako, let me tell you this.
Let me ask you this. Great job today. Did a great job today.
Let me ask you this, Sneako, as a friend of mine for. Fuck, we've had some good times in the past. But you always preach being a brand risk, being all this. This is the most brand risk thing you could ever do. So shouldn't you?
I don't preach being a brand risk. Aiden's
that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You do preach being a brand risk.
No. I don't preach being a brand risk, but I know how difficult it is to criticize Israel. It's the most.
But shouldn't you have some sort of support or empathy in the fact that it's like, yeah, we're having someone on who's the biggest brand risk of all time? Sure, you might not agree with them.
But there's a difference between being canceled for the right things and the wrong things, right? Netanyahu's hated because he's killing people and starving children. I've been canceled because I criticize Israel. And a lot of people don't know this, and they don't want people to wake up. There was a moment when Kyle was interviewing Andrew Tate, and Tate asked you the question, like, what's the one thing you can't criticize in America? And Kyle's like, the Dems? And it's like, no, you can't talk about the Jews. You can't speak about them.
I'm telling you, bro, I'm not super tapped in with that entire situation. I was super into the, the American politics, because I think it affects like, where I'm from too, and America obviously controls like the world, so I was super interested in that. But when it comes to the Israel, Palestine, and that whole territory and the history of that, I'm really not educated on that entire situation. So
yeah, but the reason why there's a difference between me and Netanyahu when it comes to being a brand risk is like, I got banned on Instagram for being Free Palestine. Like, they never messaged me why. If we're really gonna look at why I got banned off of all social media platforms, it wasn't really because of misogyny or because of COVID misinformation, election misinformation. It was because I criticized Israel. That's the one subject you can't criticize. And you saying,
how do you know that for a fact?
I mean, look at the pattern between all the people you just had on. Myron has been banned on Instagram at the same time.
Hassan's
I didn't
fine.
Israel. Nick Fuentes.
What about Hassan?
The difference. The leftists have a shield. If you wave the transgender flag as well, you have a different shield. Like, that's the reality.
Wait, did Hassan
Why
wave
would
that
Israel
flag?
care about that?
Yeah.
Hassan's waved the flag.
how about gays for Gaza though? That's one thing we could agree on, no?
See, that's Hassan's thing. Like, I mean, that's what they do.
How
does that work?
That's fucking crazy.
I don't agree with that. Like, that's the whole, Zoran Mamdani's doing that too. But it's kind of embarrassing. But that's how the whole movie gets muddied up.
We gotta send Gabe to one of those.
Is Mamdani doing or preaching gays for Gaza?
Is Mamdani pushing? I mean, he was at a pride parade, and he's also pro-Palestinian. He's kind of like a Hassan, but it gets complicated. The point is, this
No,
is
I
the
saw
one
the
thing
interview with
that
Mayor
you're not
Adams.
supposed
Don't
to
worry.
talk about. You saw what?
With Mayor Adams.
Yeah, I had a great. Let me show you something real quick. Okay, so
I'm just trying to take in how rich you are. But yeah,
Yeah.
I know that white couch is not cheap.
That's what you notice. My white couch.
Restoration Hardware is all over that place. Chat, this guy's living good.
So look, I do an interview with Eric Adams the next day, the New York Post, the day after Trump bombs Iran. So this is major news right here. Ayatollah, you see Trump on the front. Page 2 of the New York Post is the New York Post calling me an anti-Semite and also putting at the top, it says Free Palestine. This is a vlog I made about Free Palestine, and they put that here. They call me an anti-Semitic, all this. They mention how, things I've said about Palestine and Israel. To make it a headache for people like Eric Adams to have me on.
Yeah.
Right? This is the number one brand risk thing.
Yeah.
This is the control of the media, the control of these, of these major establishments and everything that you need in order to have a career. Yeah. That's how they'll shut you out. Netanyahu controls these. People just don't like him because he's killing people.
Netanyahu controls these things.
No, we understand that. We appreciate you coming on.
Thanks.
Dr. Sneako.
Sneako's been a friend of mine for a time. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, good luck. I'm gonna watch the full podcast on stream right now, and I gotta say I do appreciate you guys having these conversations with difficult people.
I mean, bro, like we said, we're gonna have next episode is gonna be someone that has the complete opposite point of view. So I think that's our duty, and we understand that, and that was our plan all along. We're not just doing that because we were well aware. Sneako, I'm not an idiot. I was well aware of what was going to happen when we released this in an interview.
Yeah, but I don't realize the strategy. Like that's just such a bad strategy for
bro.
me.
At the end of the day, it's just like I said this. I'll say it one more time. But Full Send Podcast, bro. If we get an opportunity, we'll have anyone on the planet. It's not up to me to censor the guest, even someone that is that people think is a war criminal. He's wanted. So let me word that. Even someone that is wanted for being a war criminal, we will have them on. We will ask them questions. They'll give their answers, and then we'll let our viewers formulate their own educated opinion based on what the guest says.
Sneako.
And that's what we did. We will do that with anyone on the planet.
Sneako, that's
what the Full Send Podcast is. Obviously, other podcasters they don't do that.
You gotta respect that, Sneako. You gotta respect that. I know you're the brand risk king. You gotta.
I believe you wholeheartedly.
But do I understand? Do I understand these perspectives? And I'm actually learning a lot by reading, and I'm actually learning now by like.
That's why we went Nick Fuentes, Myron, Hassan, and then Sneako.
And I'm sure our whole audience is learning now. I bet you some people, dude, I know there's people that are just like me that don't really know what's going on. And what did they just do? They just watched the Benjamin Netanyahu pod. Now they just watched a stream with 3 people that had the complete opposite viewpoints. Next Full Send Podcast episode, they're about to watch someone with the complete opposite viewpoint. So what we're really doing is fucking educating our audience, and they're hearing both sides. They're hearing the very far someone that's wanted as a war criminal, and then they're hearing the complete opposite side. So I think in the end, right now we're getting backlash, but I think, in another week or a week and a half or 2 weeks, I think we're actually doing a service to the entire internet. And we're biting the bullet for it, but I think
why do you guys take a strong stance? I understand that perspective, and I do believe you're doing it. But why take a stance when it comes to Trump, but not something like? Is it because your lack of expertise on the Israel-Palestine issue?
Yeah.
Why go all in?
Lack of expertise.
And then what is it about Trump that you guys support?
I mean, I like this whole message now. I like this whole message leading up to the campaign. I mean, I think Sneako, one thing he did, if Kamala was in office, I mean, there's obviously some sketchy shit going on now with the Epstein stuff. I'm not a fan of that.
Gotta tell them to release those files, man. We need Trump to release those files.
I agree. But one thing I think that Trump did for sure is, free speech is. If Kamala won, do you know where free speech would be right now, bro? I deal with all these platforms. Like, what you're allowed to do now on YouTube, and the way YouTube, like Sneako, I've told this story before, but when we uploaded our podcast with Trump in 2022 or whenever, remember when we got him first?
Yeah.
And they deleted it and shit.
That's why I got to strike for the same thing. Election misinformation.
Yeah, election
That's part of the reason I
misinformation.
banned on YouTube.
So when we had him on there too, it was like, yeah, it was crazy. YouTube deleted it. And then I went to the inauguration this year, and I went to, there was a YouTube event, like a YouTube Google event. I walked in, the CEO of Google's there, the CEO of YouTube's there, and in the corner of the TV, there's a fucking TV, and on like repeat is like a montage of all the content that people did with Trump leading up to the election. And I'm just sitting there like thinking like, wait a second, 2 years ago, you guys literally deleted our fucking interview, gave us a strike, almost got our channel deleted, and 2 years later, you guys now have a TV and you're praising him in the corner at a Google event. So,
I'm still banned on YouTube for that.
yeah, and you're still banned on YouTube too. We actually, so one thing I'll say. Wait, I want to finish this point.
Yeah,
one thing I want to say that's positive about that is, bro, if Kamala won, that would absolutely not be the case right now. I know from even the Nelk videos we upload, like YouTube is kind of, they're now forced in a corner where, of course, they're following the money. Like you saw Zuck bring on Dana White on the board and stuff like that. But one positive we've definitely got out of that was all these platforms were forced to follow the money, and they're forced to kind of support free speech.
But Sneako, after Kyle,
I've noticed that firsthand being a creator.
after Kyle goes in, I want to just mention one more thing. You're forgetting the fact that everyone thought, after how bad all the Biden TikToks, all the Biden is too old, everyone expected a continuation of Biden's America with Kamala. So I think that made it a little bit easier for Trump, as everyone's expecting, oh, Kamala's just going to continue Biden's fucking presidency. So I feel like it was very hard at that point to support the Democratic Party.
I don't know how much you can give credit to Trump for free speech. I mean, he has been deporting students with student visas that are saying free Palestine. Across college campuses, you're seeing students they're being deported, not for committing crimes, but for criticizing Israel.
I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. I was referring to personal experience from being a creator, and I've dealt with like being censored since the beginning. So I've just noticed, as being a creator, I think this is the best it's ever been. In my opinion.
But for the rest of the country, that's not the case.
Sneako.
I'm still banned. I'm still banned across social media. Part of the reason why I was hoping if Trump...
Yeah, but you love that shit, low-key.
Love being banned? Absolutely not.
You love to announce, I'm banned, I'm banned.
Sneako tells birds at the bar that he's banned on YouTube. That's your line.
Last time we went out, I'm not gonna say where we were, but I know you were saying, yeah, I'm banned, I'm a badass, all this shit. Like, I'm not gonna say what you said.
No, go ahead, you can say.
No, I don't even remember.
He's like, I'm banned and I'm also an interior designer.
Yeah. Playing both sides.
No, I mean,
playing both sides.
I speak about being banned because I know what it's like to be in this position, and I mean, life isn't fair, but it makes no sense that Netanyahu you could literally be a war criminal, but if you criticize Israel, you get banned everywhere.
Wait,
why is
Sneako.
a war criminal allowed on websites that I'm not allowed on? If you see that, I say this to wake people up to, okay, where is the control really? Who is
I agree,
really
but
in
you
control?
also, I'm not defending anything that you said, but you did say, you said some crazy shit about about gays. Like, historically, you've said some crazy shit. I'm not going to get into all that. We know this.
Your F-bomb count's probably crazy.
Yeah, don't act dumb. But you said some crazy shit.
But he's in the Guinness Book of World Records for F-bombs.
Yeah,
probably.
we know you've said some crazy shit.
Let's not act when the camera's not off that every YouTuber's not dropping the F-bomb. Come on, we're all saying F slurs.
You choose to say it when it's rolling. But yo, Sneako, you didn't respond to my point about, would you agree that a lot of people did not want to continue Biden's America? And probably fucking you as well.
But I'm not even sure at this point, seeing how much Trump has failed with Epstein. He's done a terrible
I'm saying
job.
before Trump, pre-Trump, would you agree that most American voters did not want to continue that presidency?
How is Trump's second term any better than Biden's America?
It does not matter. What I'm saying is, before Trump was elected, were you not one of those people that were like, yo, I cannot continue Biden's America?
I needed somebody that was at least coherent, if we're looking now, I don't see how Trump's been any better. I do want radical change.
Hindsight's always easier. Yes, I do agree with you that a lot of the things that Trump did preach He's gone back on. It's unfortunate, but it's reality. I agree with you.
And a lot of
I agree with you. I'll
and
tell
a
you
lot
this,
of
Sneako.
these-
Sneako, I'll tell you this. For a guy that campaigned so hard about the Epstein files and now or releasing the Epstein files to now advocate against that, it is a little weird. I will agree with you on that.
Embarrassing. He had people jumping up and down with the binders, and now he said on Truth Social, if you still want the Epstein files released, I don't want your support. He's alienating people and dividing people on this issue. And they're texting or vaping, I don't know. You guys have a
Sorry, I'm actually actively working. I'm actually actively working,
We're working on the pro-Palestinian.
on getting the guest.
Yes.
I'm texting my boy Bilal Muhammad. I think he's gonna be the guy to really help us get the best person, because I follow all his shit that he posts.
Bilal Muhammad's great, man. He's one of my favorite fighters. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I think that's
So
a
I've
great
been-
one to have.
Yeah, so I think he's gonna help us get someone too. I just want to make sure we get someone, really good.
Wait, speaking of banned name, why is my name banned in your chat? They're saying
I don't think it is.
I don't know.
the banned guy.
What?
No, you're good in our chat. Don't try and do some bullshit brand risk in the chat. Sneako, Sneako.
It is
Come on
banned.
now.
What the fuck?
Well, unban it.
Damn, did Trump-
Sneako should be able to be
Did Trump make you
banned.
guys do that?
Masad!
Masad. It's
Jesus
Masad.
Chat,
Christ.
they kissed the wall and then banned Sneako's name. Unbelievable.
Yo, so Hassan.
No, they're spamming stars on purpose.
Yeah,
They're
Hassan,
definitely trolling.
Hassan wants to come back in. So yeah, I feel like we got cut short. He wants to come back in. What do you think about Hassan?
All right.
Last words. What do you think about Hassan?
I mean, we've had a back and forth for a lot of years. I think that he does well on the Palestine issue.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm not a socialist. I think you guys should
Shameless.
press him on that. I want to hear what you guys think about
Which part?
socialism.
Is he more of he's a Bernie Sanders socialist guy?
Yeah, I mean, socialism has never worked in the history of the world, and now they want to bring it in America.
How the fuck?
But I
Wait,
think-
Hassan's a socialist?
Yeah. So, but
Hassan's
I
the
like-
richest
I
between
like-
all four of us.
Bro, my brain's being dragged in so
Wait,
many
Sneako.
different fucking.
Sneako, is that fair? Hassan definitely has the most money out of all four of us.
Hey, Steiny, we're trying to lower the anti-Semitism, and you keep talking about money.
No, I'm just saying, for a socialist to support that when you're the richest guy, it's weird. That's the problem.
There is some. I would love to see you guys question him on that.
All right, well, give us a
But-
question to ask him.
I'll
We'll
get
ask
out of
him.
here.
Give us a question to ask him.
When has socialism ever worked?
Oh god.
Great. Amazing question.
No, I like that. Sneako, it's good to see you, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take it
All right,
easy,
brother.
now,
We'll
boys.
see you soon.
All right, bro. Riyadh Hassan.
Fuck.
I like Sneako.
I know. He's
He's always been my boy.
I need a water.
Baby, can you get a water for Kyle? And do you know where my Pellegrino is? Is that mine with the lemons? All right, let's get Hassan back in here because he's gonna come in hot. That's what he does. Is he definitely went and got his research. I'll call him out right now.
Oh no. They said they had me in the roster. I'm on their DM, so I'm
I
just
want to
waiting.
get Destiny with Hassan. Hassan's such a puss, though.
True.
Are you good now?
Mr.
Oh, you changed your fit. You changed your fit.
DDoS hacker.
No, we have. This is the same problem that's persisting with. What do you call it? With the Phase Boys too, and like Kai Cenat. Anyone that uses IRL Toolkit's been getting.
I like how he has to bring up all the youngest, hippest things. I don't even know any other people besides that.
Mediator between
all these guys that
OBS
you know
and
that are
Twitch.
young and hip and cool. They have the
And
same issue,
their
guys.
servers are getting fried, which is why I was unable to continue streaming. So I had to shut off my stream and restart it.
Oh shit.
But you
it's
changed
fine
your
now.
fit as well.
Yeah, I put on a jacket.
You threw on the black jacket.
You got to look good for the big interviews, all right?
Yeah. No, it's cold in here. All right, so we were talking, for those of you in my chat who are just tuning in, I'm talking to the Nelk boys. They interviewed war criminal.
Oh my God.
War criminal with an arrest warrant out
so
by the International
cringe.
Criminal Court.
Hold on.
Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. This is part two of the conversation that we were having.
Hassan, you want absolutely nobody in here, even if they're allowed on Twitch? Real quick before I cut you off.
No, I can't. I can't have someone who is not allowed on Twitch to be on the.
What
call.
about
Then I'll
Adam
get
Friedland?
banned. Oh, Adam Friedland's fine. Yeah.
Okay, you can add Adam.
Of course.
Let's spice it up for part 2.
Okay, we'll bring Adam in now.
What happened is these guys, the brilliant minds of the Nelk Boys podcast, went and interviewed war criminal Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and now they're getting they did.
Guys, in the middle of a war,
It's a genocide.
Adam, it's a war leader. We had to do it.
60,000 people, lowest estimates, are dead right now.
We understand. We have empathy with everyone who's been affected by the war in general, but we are going to have a pro-Palestinian on next week. That's what we do here. We do not.
He's charged with as a war criminal by the ICC. So you could have Slobodan Milosevic on.
We would have a lot of people on.
Would have anyone on.
They said they would have Adolf Hitler
No,
on.
we did not.
We
say
never
that.
said that.
Hassan, twisting words.
Okay, they said they would have Osama bin Laden on, but not Adolf Hitler.
Okay.
Hitler is too long ago. It's too hypothetical of a question.
I'm catching up right now. Did you press him? Did you you dunked on him?
We asked him what was his response to starving children in Gaza. Could he have stopped October 7th? Is he looking to have regime change in Iran? And we told him that Americans don't want to see another regime change war in the Middle East.
We've told him
We asked him why he thinks he's so hated
in America.
They asked him if he was starving children in Gaza, and he said no. It was Hamas starving children in Gaza. Adam.
Wait. Answer this. Hassan, did they glaze?
I don't know. I haven't seen the excerpts
seen it
yet.
either. I was editing the G Herbo interview, and it's one of my finest moments, and now you've ruined my day. What are you guys doing? Wait, guys, can I get Aaron?
That's just what we do. That's just what we do. Listen. That's just what we do. So I think what we did is we had someone on right now. We
but he
wanted. Let me finish. I don't want to tell us on too.
Adam.
I think this is actually going to be a great thing. If everyone thinks we have such a big platform, would you guys agree or no, Hassan?
Yeah, you guys have a decently sized platform.
People wouldn't be pissed, right, if we didn't have a big platform. So if we have such a big platform,
no, I think people your fans would, depending on how they feel about it, they probably would be.
Right now, we just had Netanyahu on. A bunch of people watched it. I think a lot of people saw through what he was saying. Now, already on the same day, we've had 3 people on with complete opposite viewpoints: Hassan, Sneako, Myron,
Nick Fuentes.
So what? Wait. Let me finish.
Don't loop me in with those guys.
I said opposite views.
Don't put me in the same category as these guys.
Let me finish. So already we've had 4 people with opposite viewpoints on the very same day, and then the next episode of the Full Send podcast, we're gonna have someone very, very reputable with the complete opposite viewpoint of Netanyahu. So I personally think, and listen, there's a lot, you guys got to understand though, Hassan, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of people like Hassan though that are educated on this issue, and there's a lot of people like myself who are really not, and I know there's a lot of people watching right now that are the same way as me, that just read shit and don't know what to believe. And you read stuff and you really don't know what to believe. Like, I know, Hassan, that might be tough for you to understand because you're so educated on the topic, but there is a lot of people that don't know what to believe. So I think what we're doing is
you're giving more reason as to why it's bad that you guys interviewed him.
Because I think people are going to listen to
that's
Netanyahu.
the problem. Because
they're already listening to you, Hassan. A lot of people in our audience have honestly never heard of you. And I'm sure likewise, they've never heard of us, or they dislike us. So we're putting you on to our audience now, and they're hearing your point of view. And then next week on the podcast, they're going to hear someone really reputable with the complete opposite view of Netanyahu. So I personally think right now we're going to bite the bullet, and I think we're going to take a lot of flack. But I think within a week or 2 weeks' time, we're actually going to be educating our entire audience and probably the entire internet on everyone's point of view.
You're doing crisis PR right now, and I can tell this is really stressful because everyone's mad at you. But please,
it's not, bro.
You guys just do pranks. People like to see you guys partying. Why you guys keep?
We'll still party, bro.
In the middle. You know, people can't leave.
Adam, we're still party. We were in Saint Tropez for a few days after this.
Half the people that live there are children.
We agree with you.
People that died are children. Why are you wading into that? I like you guys because they like to party. You hit zaps. You do happy dads. You guys are fucking chill. to see Steve will do a chug. Just do it. Why are you touching that?
Adam,
I agree. You know what? Adam's right. We don't have to do it.
It is a brutal blood. It is blood.
See, that's,
it is
Adam,
violent.
that's the problem. That's the
Why
problem.
are you
I'm gonna tell you something. Adam, I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna drink. We're gonna hit zaps, and then we're also gonna interview world leaders. When it comes to it, we're gonna do all three.
It's not just like, dude, you're not like interviewing the prime minister of Albania. Okay, you're like, this is a guy.
Hassan,
if you did that, you wouldn't be doing this video or this video call anyway. If you were doing that, nobody would give a shit.
We planned to do this stream. You can check my story. We planned to do this before we launched.
And Hassan, you're coming in here all hot, but it's like, bro, we told you exactly what was gonna happen. I texted you ahead of time. You know we're gonna have someone who's pro-Palestinian on the other side. And you're coming in here.
Okay, but that doesn't change
like,
the dynamic. I found out about it. I found out about the interview after you had already conducted it.
You haven't even watched the episode. You're trying to come in here and just press.
I know, but if you were to have asked me ahead of time, I would have told you not to do it.
Even if he watches it, he'll still think the same thing.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to press him.
I've watched so much Nelk. I love you, boys. Listen, boys. This is let's zoom out. This is a problem with today, with our society. Like even the fact that you're talking to Sneako and Myron from Fresh and Fit, like that's not like these are content creators. These aren't fucking historians. These are people that like. These are the fact that like the experts on its politics and its war and its violence. There are people that study this. Right? It's just not everything's content, guys.
But that's what we're gonna have on the next episode, bro.
You had Coke. Jesse would have never allowed this were he here.
Oh,
Jesse, he told me he watched this episode.
Adam
I don't know enough about the Nelk history.
He comes very studious.
I don't know about the Nelk history to know what Adam is saying, but it seems to be impactful.
That's one thing about Adam is he will fucking know everything that's ever happened.
Do you think that they just didn't realize? You think that you think it's banality of evil? Guys, there's a book by this lady Hannah Arendt that I want you guys to read, The Banality of Evil. And I want you guys to get back to me on it because it's sometimes like, it's sometimes I'm doing a podcast. It's just a podcast, but you don't realize that there's like a gravity there. There are powerful people wanting access to your fucking platform that have an agenda. It's just like when I was asking about like Zuckerberg, right? He like his stock plummets when he's like doing the censorship around COVID, and then everyone's like, "You're anti-free speech Democrat," and then he puts a chain against muscles, and then his stock goes back up. But like it's this everyone that says you're an anti-free speech Democrat is like, "No, you're sick because you do bow and arrow." But he's like he's going on podcasts now because it's his stock price. It's an advantage for them, and it's like
they're using you guys. They're using you guys to look good.
We understand that, bro. Why does anybody, Hassan? Sorry, Adam, I don't mean to cut you off. Hassan, anyone goes on a podcast to promote whatever they're doing. We're aware of that.
Yeah, but they're not. But Benjamin Netanyahu's not promoting a book, dog. He's promoting a genocide. That's the point.
We had Andrew Tate on. It's the same shit. This one might be a little bit.
None of those things.
You're right.
You do realize that, like.
No, I agree with you.
This is the one instance. This is the one instance where it's the worst guess you could have.
We agree.
These guys are bad people, but what you're talking about is the worst person.
It's the most hated man on the planet.
But Hassan, we agree. But also, if we're not going to do it, then who's not going to do it?
I'm going to hook your ass up. I said BB to that guy Yossi, who's your Mossad handler, and Aaron said, "Who's that?" He didn't know that. He didn't know that he's named BB. That's protecting you. No, you said, "Who's that?" Which is good. I mean, like, guys, it's like unless you know, like, it's wading into fucking like it's violence and they're bombs and
no, Adam, you're right. You are right. We definitely realize that.
Content about it. You don't have to do like. We're gonna fucking collab with him. We're gonna collab with BB and Bonnie Blue. Guys, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's just a way. It's a sign of the world nowadays.
Adam, you would have him on in a heartbeat. I'm gonna be honest. Adam, you would have him on in a heartbeat. If you had the opportunity, you'd have him on in a heartbeat. So don't try and.
BB?
Yeah.
I would have only if Bonnie Blue was there to defend Palestine.
You would have BB on in a heartbeat. Don't even try and fucking fade the fact.
You know what? Like. I am very like I know a lot about this subject. You know, that even maybe is a step, a shade beyond. It's a little bit like it's very painful for me. Aaron, your grandparents were the Holocaust, right?
Yes.
Okay, please. Our parents' generation, right? We're told that like we have to protect these people, and if we don't protect these people, the Holocaust will happen again. I'm Jewish, by the way, Kyle. I don't know if you could tell. I don't really read as Jewish, but okay.
I honestly am not.
Our parents were told that, right?
Can tell
and
right
they were really
away.
scared. They were really scared because they knew Holocaust survivors, right? And it really freaked them out. And they were like, "We got to protect Israel and stuff like this." But like, it hasn't protected Jewish people. It is.
I agree
the
with you.
people that
That's why
live
Adam,
in
you even
Israel,
watched Adam.
It's been a failure of a project. Think about the way Jewish people were treated prior to the Holocaust. For 1600 years, we were losers. Everywhere we went, they said, "Go away." Everywhere we went, they were killed. It sounds a lot like the Palestinians.
Adam,
Because
I'm gonna
they
tell
are
you
people
this.
who are dispossessed, and everywhere they go, they get killed.
Adam,
and if we
listen.
can't see ourselves in that, it's a shanda.
Adam,
Hassan,
I'm gonna tell you something
Hassan.
really quick. I don't agree with Netanyahu. I disagree with a lot of things he's doing. I think he's acting. It doesn't matter. I think in certain aspects he's acting the same way as Hamas is. We've talked to him about this. Hamas.
No, there's no.
and then
See, that's what I
Netanyahu
mean.
wants
You're
to
saying
kill
like he's
them.
acting.
No, but Hassan, you're
that
disregarding the
actually
point. And Adam, you're not listening.
There's no comparison between Benjamin Netanyahu and Hamas. That's my point. The point is that
You tried to compare
Hamas.
them earlier. I agree
No,
with you.
it's,
They're
no.
acting the
Benjamin
same way
Netanyahu
sometimes.
is infinitely worse. That's the point. Israel is the Israeli military, and its conduct is a million times worse than anything Hamas could have ever done. It is hundreds, if not thousands, of October 7s that Benjamin Netanyahu has done with superior firepower over the course of the last 2 years. There's a mass starvation happening. Israel is the much more powerful entity in this process, and it's backed by the most powerful country on the planet, the United States of America.
Yeah, I think bottom line, guys, on the Full Send
There's
podcast,
occupied
we're willing to
territory
have
where people
anyone on
don't
the
have right
planet.
to self-determination.
That's just
So
that's the
the
way
only
it
way to
is.
think of it. All you have to think of it is in this way: you have the longest occupation in modern history, right? And you have a group of individuals that don't have a right to self-determination. They don't have a country, right? And it's been this way in Gaza since 1967. Okay, in Israel, it's a country. They're in the United Nations. They can vote in their government. These people don't have those rights. And guess what? Right now, there's a fence around them, and they're trapped there. It's not it's not a one-on-one. You don't even have to. That sounds like
It's literally. No.
Hamas is better than Israel. You don't even have to frame it that way. That's just the situation with the Palestinians and the Israelis, right? Who are like living on either side of that fence, and it's just like, guys, like I get what you guys got to be fucking stressed as shit right now, but like it's just like
We're all good, bro.
It's just
Yeah, Adam, we're good. Trust.
It's not good. Have it like get in trouble for anything else.
You're right, Adam. I understand your point of view, though. We do a lot of comedy. We do a lot of fun stuff. So you're right. We actually definitely didn't need to do this. I totally agree with you. I totally
There is
agree.
no good purpose. There's no good purpose to interviewing Benjamin Netanyahu unless you're like literally there to fucking laser him or directly arrest him and send him to The Hague, which is not going to happen under any circumstance, especially not inside of the White House. So the only thing that happens here, even if it's a failure overall because of how fucking how intensely disliked Benjamin Netanyahu is, the goal on his end was to basically use your platform in the same way that they use CNN. So in a way, you guys turned into CNN.
I don't think that. We've already talked about this, but I don't think just because we platform people, they fall for everything the guest says. And this is a perfect example of that.
No, I know that, and they clearly aren't.
Just go
and
read the
and
comments.
people are going to be more mad at you guys as a consequence of like interviewing. Yeah, my point is that if you're asking me about the morality of it, there were journalists that were implicated and also charged with crimes in the Nuremberg trials for literally participating and doing propaganda for the Nazis, right? So in that regard, if you were to ask, will there ever be a Nuremberg-style trial for Israel? I don't know. Probably not. Okay? That doesn't mean that the crimes are not comparable. And that doesn't mean that your moral culpability in this regard is not close to what those guys did. I'm not saying that you guys are going to be tried in the Nuremberg-style trials, but the moral culpability is still there for not, for conducting an interview such as this one.
I can definitely understand your perspective, Hassan, for sure. I just think that, that's just what we're going to do at the Full Send Pod. And I don't know, maybe we got to get a little better at grilling them, or maybe next time when we have a guest like this, we can hit up people like you, Hassan, and get what you would ask and stuff like that. But
no, Benjamin Netanyahu is never entering the same room as someone like myself. If I were to be in that room, he would not do this podcast with you.
But wait, Hassan,
or
why?
maybe they would assassinate me.
Hassan, why wouldn't you do someone from both sides?
What do you mean?
Guys, we've already debated this. We could.
But if you could do Netanyahu and do somebody else, why wouldn't you do that?
Well, I don't think that there's both sides in the situation. There is the perpetrators, like that's why I'm saying it's akin to interviewing Adolf Hitler.
Netanyahu.
There is no both sides in the situation. That's why I'm saying it's like interviewing a concentration camp survivor and then interviewing Hitler. You know what I mean? Is there both sides in the situation? No. Interviewing the leadership of the Jewish partisans in World War II versus interviewing Adolf Hitler or like one of his loyal advocates or whatever is not comparable. There are no both sides in a genocide. That's why it's a genocide. It's such a big crime that it doesn't even justify a genocide in retaliation to said genocide. It's the crime of all crimes.
Guys, I think you're getting in the weeds a little bit, right? It's not.
I'll be honest. Hassan makes a great point.
You guys are well known not for politics, right? And unless you're not going to research more and get ready. Look, you're Rocky. Guys, just like politics sucks, right? I got made fun of for liking it when I was a kid. It should go back to fucking being like for losers, right? Everyone's into fucking politics now. It sucks. It's just like you don't have to like. You don't have to purport to like that to know about it, and just like leave it to fucking like the fucking Wolf Blitzer. You know, it's
see,
just
Adam,
it's not everything.
Whatever fucking happened to Wolf Blitzer.
Me too.
No, he's still kicking. How dare you guys come for the Wolf?
Wolf Blitzer still buzzing around?
I don't know.
He's still at CNN, yes. But Wolf Blitzer also, ironically, literally worked for AIPAC before he did CNN.
Like understands like what's happening in the world. Like, and you guys don't have to, because like people love you for prank and lifestyle content.
Yeah, see, that's where I think I'm gonna be honest. I think that's where you're a little soft.
What?
Yeah. No, go ahead. You're good.
I gotta go.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Guys, Kyle, it was really nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, bro. We'll link up
Adam,
soon.
I'll talk to you soon, man.
Are you in LA?
I went up to Steve. No, I'm in New York.
New York? All right.
Adam, I'll see you, buddy.
Easy, bro.
Peace out, bro.
Take care.
Did he just shut off his laptop? That's so funny.
Well,
oh my God, he's such a fucking boomer.
That's actually what I want to ask you is because...
Wait, how do I... why is he still in the call?
I don't know, but he gets pissed at us. Understandably, he gets pissed at us for platforming. But that's what I'm trying to figure out is like, when are we supposed to say no? When are we supposed to not do certain things?
I mean, look, there are certain people that that not everyone is equipped enough to be able to talk to, because that conversation, instead of being a productive one, turns into one where they could just like do propaganda and use the platform that you have to get their message across. I would use the same principle for Nick Fuentes, for example, except with Nick Fuentes, he's a neo-Nazi, but he hasn't done literal fucking crimes like Benjamin Netanyahu has, while also simultaneously being a neo-Nazi of a different sort.
Yes.
So it's even worse than someone like Nicholas Fuentes, and I don't think that Nicholas Fuentes is appropriate to also platform in this situation.
What do you think about the goal of the Full Send podcast to be to platform anybody? What do you think about that overall? If that's the direction we're gonna go, right?
The reason why I think it's up to you guys, whatever you want to do. I obviously can't fucking advocate for deplatforming, especially in this day and age, especially in this time and place, because a lot of these institutions that would otherwise be tasked with like taking people. Hello? Oh, your camera pooped for a second. A lot of these institutions that are tasked with deplatforming people spend way more time deplatforming someone like myself, or at least trying to deplatform someone like myself, for having a consistent moral anti-genocide and anti-Zionist position than people who are actually anti-Semitic. They call me anti-Semitic, despite the fact that I'm not anti-Semitic. The reason why I would still choose not to platform neo-Nazis and things of that nature, regardless of how equipped I am at talking to them about these issues and being able to push back adequately, is because a lot of these guys are simply looking for any opportunity to get their message to a broader audience. They don't actually care about the truth. They don't actually care about coming across like a good or bad. They just want to be heard, because every single time they go in front of a larger audience, they end up winning over some people in the margins to their side. Okay. And if you understand that they are not honest brokers here, that they don't like care about, back and forth discourse, then ultimately you're playing a role in allowing people to be recruited to that side. You're playing a role in getting more people to be recruited to neo-Nazis, to neo-Nazi groups.
I understand.
And I think that ultimately that is very dangerous.
We're gonna have both sides on. But
having both sides on doesn't actually make up for that. Is my point.
I agree with you too, Hassan. I've told you.
And then there's
times,
also no comparison to Benjamin Netanyahu on the other side anyway.
I've told you multiple times. Me and Kyle disagree with a lot of things Netanyahu has done. We do not agree. We stand neutral. But I mean, I understand. The whole problem is platforming. But that's why we're gonna have from each side a representative that's gonna fucking tell us exactly what we, like, you know what I mean?
The best possible thing you guys could have done before this interview, I mean, the best possible thing would have been to not have this interview at all. But the second best possible thing, if you were like adamant about having this interview, would have been to potentially bring someone that is knowledgeable before you did the interview, so it didn't just simply, so that Benjamin Netanyahu didn't use you guys like a fucking fleshlight, is what I'm saying, to just make himself look like not the demon that he is, but instead of a personable person. Like, here, I have something here that was sent to me from an excerpt from the interview that you guys conducted, where you asked him if he prefers, Burger King or McDonald's or whatever. And it's really interesting because like people have yelled at me for doing this with like a dude in Yemen that they claim is a fucking terrorist.
Right.
Okay. That dude is a 19-year-old in Yemen. He has no power. He holds no power on the planet. He is at any given moment.
It just came up in the conversation.
At any given moment, he could be fucking assassinated by American bombs, by Saudi bombs, or any other. Like, he is one of the least powerful people on the planet. This Benjamin Netanyahu is one of the most powerful people on the planet. So in this opportunity, instead of humanizing him, you guys could have had someone that is knowledgeable enough not to ask that question. And instead, when you say, like, are you starving children? And he says no, the person could turn around and say,
yeah, no, I mean, Hassan, you make a great point, and I understand your comparisons to Hitler. I see your perspective. And I think just with the Full Sim Pod, like I told you, we're just not here to choose the guests. We're going to have anyone on, even if it is a wanted war criminal, and we're just going to let the viewers decide. And I think they spoke very clearly. And I don't think just because we platform people that people fall for the person's message.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, that's just the bottom line. Like, go look at the comments.
We give you an opportunity.
Like, it's not, I mean, it doesn't work out.
I don't think that you guys would do that, is my point. Like, if there's no other...
But
you already said you would.
Evident that
You already said you would not. If given the opportunity, you would not interview Adolf Hitler. So there is a limit to it. Like, there's an upper limit.
We didn't say that. We said it's hypothetical.
But also, Hassan, it's crazy.
I think it's evident that just because we platform someone, just because Nelk sits next to them, doesn't mean we agree with everything they say or do. One, because we definitely don't. And number two, just because we platform someone, it doesn't. Our viewers are fucking smart. Like, go read the comments. Like,
but also,
it's proof that just because we have someone on, it doesn't necessarily mean a W for the guest.
Hassan, I want to point out
one
thing.
I understand that. There are plenty of people that I disagree with, that I communicate with. But there's a difference between, there's an upper limit to it, is my point. And that upper limit...
voice is shaking my whole apartment.
It comes to fucking someone like Benjamin Netanyahu. My limit is
why did
before
it turn
Benjamin
like this?
Netanyahu. It's
how long are they going to loop on the same fucking conversation? Holy shit.
But even if I were to engage with people like that, it depends on the platform that they have and how much prominence and how much influence they hold over a large enough audience. Because I feel like it's unproductive, it's counterproductive if they hold no staying power whatsoever. So I'm not saying that it's bad to interview Benjamin Netanyahu, but if you were going to do that, it's such a important task that you have to take it seriously, and you have to have someone who is knowledgeable to be able to push back.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. As you know, that they're going to be very specific with who they allow to interview them. We've already covered that, right? Is his PR team going to allow him to go on a Hassan Abi fucking live stream?
No.
Probably not.
No, of course not.
Someone that tagged Trump on 3 times.
No, I think.
Yes.
Listen, I think we're gonna wrap this up soon. It's fucking.
Wait, last thing I want to ask
12 a.m.
Hassan,
We're in Europe
can
right
I,
now.
Can I do one more thing?
Sure.
Hassan, last thing, we text off stream. Obviously, we are boys. We talked about lifting together, hooping together. So there are things that we can agree on, but when it comes to this stuff, it creates animosity. So I just want to point that out.
Okay, but all right, but you have to. There's a reason why there's 6,000 comments here. I'm looking at the comments right now, and everyone's cooking you guys.
We know. Hassan, we're aware. But I mean,
that should be evident that the Full Sun podcast has people on, and the viewers decide.
All right. Well.
Yeah. But Hassan,
all right, good luck, guys.
I understand.
You should have Gabor Mate or Gabor Mate is a Holocaust survivor.
I'm gonna have Steiny text you, and if you'd give us some suggestions on who to have next week.
You can't platform somebody that you can't push back against. But here's my guy to platform that you couldn't push back against.
But if you were to ask me ahead of time, I would have told you not to do this interview. For the record, I only found out after you did this interview.
Awesome. But when you texted me and you said, "Yo, you had so-and-so on the podcast, !" Was that more of a shock or what was that?
Yes, it was a shock.
Shock factor. Okay, making sure. Hassan, thank you so much.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
All right, take care. Wow.
All right, well, that was interesting.
Do you want to take the earpiece out? I think now it's just me and you.
What a day.
Oh my God, are they really cutting it?
We're happier with who we had. We had Nick Fuentes, Myron, Sneako, Hassan.
Yeah, but I think the main thing, guys, is next week on the Full Sim podcast, we're going to have someone very reputable. We got a lot of next episode. We're not sure when it'll come out, but the next episode, we're going to have someone from the complete other side, and we're going to get their point of view. And I've said it a bunch of times, but that's just what we do at the Full Sim podcast. It's fucking 12. Oh, did it gas? Oh, fuck. Yeah, we're in Europe right now, so we're fucking 6 hours ahead.
Your name is blocked in chat? Yeah, I think they're blocking anybody's name they spam. That's why they blocked Sneako's name there too.
Tune in. We're gonna have a whole fucking episode of different people, I think, right?
We'll see how it plays out over the next 2 weeks. We'll see, boys. But it's
love
Nelk.
it or hate it. Appreciate
it's
you.
Nelk. This is just what we fucking do.
Someone has to do it.
Someone's got to do it.
And
straight
we're
up.
here to do it. So I appreciate you guys.
Yep. All right.
Cringe. Their producer told me 3 times I was going on. What the fuck? I wonder if Hassan told him something. Or maybe they only wanted pro pallies on this episode. The annoying thing for when I need to stop pretending that Hassan is acting in good faith. Because they're gonna say Hassan's doing a bad job at explaining why you shouldn't platform people, but Hassan actually doesn't give a fuck about platforming. He wants there to be irresponsible platforming. He just wants them to irresponsibly platform his side. The what somebody should really tell them is if you really want people to come and like debate an issue or to come and like give both sides of an issue, then you have to have 2 people from the issue to come on and have a conversation about it. Like the idea that you can platform one propagandist from one side and then one propagandist from the other side, and then you have all of a sudden magically your audience can be able to figure out the answer is fucking. This just doesn't work that way. It's fucking retarded. They'll just say it's not comparable because Netanyahu is a war criminal. Yeah, but you could counter that with a billion different things, right? Like Hassan would let them interview Nasrallah. He'd say if they would have interviewed Haniya or Sinwar or Mohammed Daif, like he would have been okay with all of those people. If you would have talked about interviewing fucking Assad, they'd probably be okay with that. Maybe he wouldn't have been that. I'm not sure. Yeah. The basic claim that you shouldn't interview people if you don't have the chops to push back is correct. This is fucking retarded. Never mind. Actually, I don't know why I'm even reading this comment. The basic claim that you shouldn't interview people if you don't have the chops to push back is correct. Exactly the problem with Joe Rogan. Bring on a second person to do it then. Bring on somebody to have the debate because people are doing this no matter what. Also, that wasn't the argument that any of those people were putting up. The argument that all those people were putting up was don't interview this guy because you can't push back against him. Bring on this guy who's on my side that you can't push back against. I don't know why when you have like a super ultra bad faith actor, you guys try to extract some nugget of truth from what they're saying to pretend that like any part of what they were saying had anything to do with that. Because if these guys had brought on any like insanely like Norman Finkelstein, any other like uneducated retard about Palestine, people like Hassan would be clapping and saying, oh good, they got educated. That's really great. So yeah.